Yeah, today I'm playing as France in EU5. They set out with by far the most population in Europe. Castile is the only nation close, but we have a ton of subjects that really put us like double Castile's population. And we have some very nice land here as France with a ton of farmlands around our capital, and also I think not too bad of resources and pretty good development. It's all very nice. However, to combat this, France does have some kind of not amazing flavor for being a extremely powerful country historically. Like our nobility starts out with 73% clout at the start of the game, which is huge. We do get a nice bonus of plus 50% levy combat efficiency from that, but we also are going to have some huge debuffs to our crown for only having 8% power. We can see we're getting minus 16% tax efficiency and barely any income from trade, to the point where trade is actually probably losing us money in cost of court, or maybe not losing us money, but if we spend in other things like diplomatic instability as well, then it would definitely be losing us money. And we also have this ancient French taxation thing at the start that gives minus 10 tax efficiency and minus 5 max tax, which is pretty bad debuffs, but long term we should be able to fix all these things. Should probably start out by giving some privileges to the burghers. Looks like this one's nice, giving us more minus monthly inflation, but it gives us minus tax on the burghers. I think that's fine, because monthly inflation I think will make up more than that difference. We're going to lose out on the voted tax then by like a ducat or so, but I think minus 0.05 inflation gives us like 2 ducats. So that was overall worth it. I will go to how much inflation we get to get a little bit of a rise. Then minus buildings cost, I'll definitely take that too. I just want to give out a lot of privileges here at the start, because there's a lot of really good stuff you can give out to the burghers, and our crime power is already so low that like it's not really going to lower it that much more. Yeah, I'm going to take the development as well. Then we are below 50 legitimacy now, so it's probably not too worth it to keep giving out more privileges. I will max out cost of court. I should delete a bunch of these forts because they are going to cost me a lot of money, and we really shouldn't need many of these forts, except for maybe the ones around Aquitaine and Amiens, just in case the British land some troops there. I think it would be really cool if forts gave like local proximity so that there was a reason to keep them other than defense, because generally as a player you really don't need defense. Yeah, I ended up deleting most of my forts except for the ones that are on the borders of countries that I think we're likely to fight. So that saves me a lot of money. Now I'm only running a very minor deficit. We have an extra government reform slot. I could pick up something with this. Taking a +3 diplomatic reputation and +1 diplomatic capacity does look pretty nice, because with more capacity we will have to spend less on diplomatic spending, which I do want to do, because yeah, diplomatic spending is very expensive. Then I need to pick some rivals. I will pick Navarra and Portugal, I guess, because I don't want to have strong countries as my rivals, other than England, which we're going to be completely destroying, I think, probably within the first 50 years of the game. I'm not sure if we're going to end up taking land on the home isles in the first war, but yeah, we're going to be taking land on the home isles pretty quickly. I think it's time to unpause, so I will. And yeah, pretty soon into the game we're going to get an event which will let us get a CB on England. I think it's like basically at the first month. No, we didn't get it in the first month, but maybe month 2. It's super early on that we get an event yet. Sir d'Artois flees to England. We will demand King Edward surrender him. Now they refuse. So that gives us cores on Aquitaine for them refusing that, which is going to be very nice. And it also gives us the Defend the Throne of France CB against England. However, we don't want to use the CB for 2 reasons. One, it limits us to only taking stuff within the France region, which is pretty limiting. As you can see, that does not include any of England, unfortunately. So instead, the plan is going to be to use the Reconquer Core CB, which we're going to be able to buy from the event. Actually, maybe it's better to just make it ourselves manually. Yeah, I'm going to try just building a spy network, I think. Or why is the game not letting me build a spy network here? I'm trying to figure out why. Oh, we have to spy on England instead. Okay. I will spy on England and try to get my CB. If England decks on me, then that's fine. We're not about to conquer anything from them. Wait, I can't create a core CB against Aquitaine from here, so I guess I will have to use the event to do it. I get this Scots King in Exile event. I guess I'll click this option because the other options cost a lot of money or give minus prestige and legitimacy, so this seems like the only good option. Oh, it gives me 10 prestige as well, and some opinion of Baliol. Yeah, that's really nice to get some extra prestige. I guess I'll automate taxes on the nobility because I just always want it to be as high as it will go, and the nobility have so much satisfaction equilibrium that it is always going to be the max if I just automate it, at least for now. I just got this event and it reminded me that I should be doing some stuff with my cabinet. I will grab one guy to increase legitimacy. That is going to be important. What's the monthly legitimacy one called? Strengthen government. Now, do I want a guy stabilizing? I think not, because we have so much stability decay from our appanages that trying to get more stability is just pointless, because it's just going to decay anyway. I will take do I want to take 10 legitimacy? I think I do, because the nobility are already incredibly dissatisfied. Could I just bribe the nobility back? It's really expensive. How much are the nobility rebelling right now? Are we getting a noble rebellion? Oh, we kinda are, so maybe I don't want to do this. Yeah, I guess I have to take the minus legitimacy, because otherwise we're gonna have some pretty big problems. Anyways, second cabinet action. Do I want to go for increasing centralization right now? Probably want to work on that eventually, but I don't know if it's worth doing yet. Yeah, I think I will do that. Work towards centralization. And then I think this final one, for now, can just try to make this rebel from the nobility not happen while it goes back up in support, or while it goes back up in approval, hopefully. The point 4 isn't going to do it a whole lot, but it'll help out a little bit. Get another +5 happiness of the nobility there, which might help out a bit. We get a full Elan event for 10 years, it's giving us +10% morale. That'll make the war with England a little bit easier, although it's already incredibly easy. Okay, I think it's time to procure my claim on, I don't know, I'll do this province, it doesn't matter too much. Then declare war for claims on province against Aquitaine, and that gives us a war with England. We'll raise 20,000 levies, and our levies are going to be pretty good. We don't have the privileges to make the levies even better, but I don't want to give them out because they'll hurt our nobility happiness even more if I give out more privileges, right? Which I don't want to do. Don't want this rebellion to actually fire. Hopefully our nobility will get high enough in satisfaction. We can always just bribe them if they're looking way too close to firing the civil war. I've got an 18k army stack. I will assign this maybe a crown guy. It doesn't really matter that much because we have so little crown power that getting more of it is kind of useless. But I mean, it's nice, I guess. Get 2% extra crown power or whatever. Start sieging down this fort. Because we need it for the war goal. Or we don't need it. Our war goal is actually this province, but we will want to get this fort for a little bit of extra war score. Eventually England will probably land some troops, which we can kill for a ton of war score, to the point where we actually will have enough war score to take things on the British mainland without occupying them, which is, yeah, a little bit overpowered. Oh yeah, I forgot, rebellions actually can't trigger while we're in a war, so we're actually kind of fine as long as we stay in this war until the nobility are happy enough. We should not be experiencing a civil war, regardless of how long it takes. I did get an event that gave me a little bit of extra nobility satisfaction, but it looks like we still would have hit 100, so I would have had to bribe them if I didn't know that civil wars won't start while we're in a war. I'm going to say the appanages must be reined in, which will give me 20 progress towards centralization. I'm going to call a parliament, get increased ties to neighbors. I'm going to ask for a law change for feudal administration into central council. This will give us some more progress towards centralization. And then I'm also going to go from traditional distribution to favor the ruler. I will need to automate peasant taxes so they don't get super disloyal. Okay, we failed to get that through Parliament, but it doesn't matter. We got the Fort of Bordeaux. So now I can sort of just station my army in Paris and wait for the English to try to land me so I can get more war score against them. Well, England seems to be not landing me, which is not what happened in my test games. It's kind of unfortunate. It's not really a big deal, though. Yeah, it's not a huge problem. We can just take over all of their stuff in France. It's lagging a little bit, but yeah, it's fine. Oh, it's lagging because we're entering a new age. So I've thought about this for a little bit about going diplomatic versus admin. I think diplomatic makes a lot of sense with the -5 war score cost and plus 20% improved relations and stuff, but I just love admin, you know. You cannot tell Connor to not take a minus proximity cost modifier. That would be absurd. I'm gonna start trying to build out the economy because if England ain't landing me, I gotta do something. So I'll just mass build some buildings that the game says will be profitable. I guess I should also build up the Royal Garden. This gives 0.2 monthly diplomats, so it is essential to build up in your capital. Is there any other government buildings that we don't have built up right now that we could? If I remove the royal filter. Embassy, no. Bailiff, no. Chancery, yes, we should build up one level of a chancery. It's not huge, but it'll help out a little bit with a little bit of extra cabinet efficiency. I guess I'll also build out some marketplaces. They're not quite as good for us since we do have such a low crown power. They don't make us much profit. But the nice thing about marketplaces is that they are still useful even in places that have relatively low control. You still have the minus burger promotion, but other than that, there's not really too many downsides to having marketplaces in areas with low control. I mean, maybe you can't tax the burgers, but I don't think the tax is nearly as much as the trade income you can get from them. So just building these out wherever you don't have too good of control yet, I think is a very worthwhile thing to do. It'll also help us spread institutions like banking, which I guess I should work on doing. Yeah, right now we're not getting any spreading on banking yet, but we probably... No, we actually can't yet. We need to wait for it to spread to Genoa, but it will spread to Genoa pretty quickly. I didn't actually have trade on automation. I should have it on automation for the most part, and I'll just remove most of the trade automation, trade capacity allocation once I want to try to import from Genoa. I don't know what we will want to import from Genoa. I guess I could take a look at what would be a good price differential. Usually there isn't anything that has a good price differential, but maybe there will be here. Oh, the British finally landed some troops. It's not many, but it's something. We can kill to get a little bit of war score. Yeah, that's nice. Now they're willing to accept a peace deal of all of Bordeaux. And we should be getting a little bit more war score by killing this army over and over again. Split the army in half, send half of it over there, and then keep going back and forth between these two provinces, I think. Because that's how retreating works, I believe. Oh no, they got stack wiped there. Oh, they're sending over even more troops now. Okay, that's nice. We should hopefully be able to take all of this before the enforced peace happens in like another year. Looks like they got another like 7,500 over there. Yeah, I should go for that. Okay, I'm fighting them in Tournai. We're kind of losing similar amount of troops as them, but since they have half the number of troops, we should win. Yeah, there goes their right flank, there goes their middle flank, and there goes their left flank. 4 war score from that. Pretty nice. Now I can probably chase them. No, I don't have military access where they're walking. What? Okay, I guess I'll purchase military access and then walk into them. I didn't know you could have one-way military access in a war. Yeah, I'll just chase them around wherever they go and get easy kills on their troops. Are they just going to go back and forth between these provinces now? Okay. Right as I end that recording, we get a stack wipe on them, which is very nice. Why is it minus 82? They have huge war enthusiasm? No, they don't. That's a lie. You don't have huge war enthusiasm. Okay, we actually are going to be able to take stuff on the British mainland. It usually doesn't take this long for them to do stuff, but we will be able to take some stuff on the British mainland, which, you know, that's very nice. We got another, like, 300 days before we're forced to make peace. Pretty sure if we wait till then we won't be able to take like anything other than our war goal, which is kind of terrible for us. It's kind of weird that the AI won't just wait for that, but I guess if it did, that would be really annoying. So yeah, it's quite silly that you can just conquer stuff on the British mainland without occupying anything there, but, you know, just because it's silly doesn't mean I'm not going to do it, you know? I mean, it's like, it's not actually going to help us that much to own territory on the British island. Yeah, it's barely going to help us, since we are still going to have to ship our troops over there, but, you know, it's kind of funny, so I'm going to do it. I mean, it'll give us a little bit more war score, effectively, of what we can conquer. Or we could just take it in money, but I think it's probably better to take it this way. We can even sell one of the locations back to Britain. That's probably what we'll do, because I'm pretty sure you can make kind of insane money that way. If the British don't want to make peace, I might have to lower my demands. Yeah, they are on 0 war enthusiasm, so things aren't going to get better. I'll not take that province, I guess. Is there any smaller province I can take? No. Okay. Increase money by 1. And that's my peace deal with England for the first war. Very nice. Now, I can maybe sell one of these locations back to Britain. Let's see if they want to buy one. No, I have to wait for my diplomat to return a month later. Oh, my ruler died. That's unfortunate. You can sell a location to England. Let's see how much they would want to pay for a location. Oh, they have no money right now. They only have 51 ducats. Currently, banking is spreading very slowly to my capital, but I will allocate just a little bit more trade capacity to try to import some stuff so we can get more stuff. You can click that and then import tools from Genoa. I saw that we had a much more, or not much more, but more expensive tools priced than them, so we can import from them. And on the next month tick, hopefully, we'll get significantly more progress towards banking, because that will be nice to get more of that institution. Let's see, 0.21, that's a little bit better. Now we're getting it in 1382. Still would like a little bit better than that, so maybe I should invest in more marketplaces. I think I'm going to automate less of trade so I can do more stuff with Genoa. A bit more imports. Now I'm doing 0.69 a year. Yeah, that's a lot better. Now we're going to get this in 1356, which will be good. So we can get our maritime presence going up faster. And call another parliament, promote integration process. Now, that's a lot of support we could get for autonomy support if we wanted to. Question is, do we want to do that? Also, I guess I should swap over. Yeah, this guy can no longer crack down on rebels. I also can tell him to integrate the province here or something. And, yeah, I should figure out what we want to do in this parliament. Do I want to change any more laws? Bring in all the different laws I could pass. I guess I'll go for burgher-controlled mining operations. This is going to be more progress towards capital economy, which is nice. Capital economy is definitely better than traditional economy. The food production malice is a little bit unfortunate, so we don't want to go it quite yet, because we're actually buying food right now already. So getting even more minus to food production would not be ideal, but long-term capital economy is a lot better. I think I'll press this. We'll get 2 progress towards decentralization, but I think it's worth it to make sure this actually passes. Or is it better to take taxes? I mean, I could tax the nobility a lot more. We'd make like 15 extra ducats from being able to tax the nobility and burghers more, probably. I mean, that's not too bad, but is it worth it? It's probably not. I think I'm just going to leave it like this. Or we can get another one for reduce opinion, actually, so I guess we have to decide if whether we're taking increased taxes or a new law. I don't want to go for itinerant court yet, because we want to go centralization value first, I think. Oh yeah, I should start accepting cultures to get more cores, because we have a very high cultural opinion with a lot of these cultures, so they should be really cheap. Poitevin. What else do we need for over here? Like Almushan or something? I don't know what that culture is. We'll figure it out later. Where else do I need cores? I need cores over here in Burgundian and Champenois or something. There it is. Languedocian, it looks like that's all already cored, so that's good. Picard, we will need cores on. Yep. Okay. Berrichon, looks like we need cores on that. Gascon looks good. Okay. Next month tick we should see, or actually just before a month tick I did that. Yeah, most of my countries now cored, and that'll be nice for helping to increase control a little bit. Should have done that day 1 ideally, but it's not going to make a huge difference to get like a little bit more control over our country just 10 years in. Then I do have another thing I want to do. I want to change my succession law to matrilineal non-exclusive. The reasoning is quite simple, which you can see eligible characters are ranked as follows: +1 per admin ability, +1 per diplomatic ability, +1 per military ability. So that means we can get a lot of succession power just by, if we just get 1 billion possible heirs, then it'll just rank them by their admin power, mil power, and diplo power. Also, they get a bit from having a military trait, which is a little bit unfortunate, but I'm pretty sure they're only eligible if they're in the army, so we can just like fire them from the army if they are having too good of stats, but we don't want them to be our ruler. And so what I should do is go into characters, sort by crown, and I want to marry everyone I possibly can who's in the crown to ensure that we get as many rulers as possible, or we get as many possible heirs as possible. This is editing Connor here to quickly clear up what stupid Connor thought was the case. Actually, matrilineal non-exclusive can only work based on people who are siblings of your ruler or your ruler in terms of you can get as heirs, so it's actually not that good. What is actually an amazing succession law is the rights of the nobility has an insane one. Specifically, you can see nobility electorate. You can see it's exclusive, but it's exclusive to being a monarchy, which basically is everyone. And then you unlock the elective succession law, which gives you +1 for admin ability, +1 for diplo ability, and +1 for mill ability. So you get insane rulers, and this can pick anyone from the nobility or the crown. Nice thing about having a bunch of appanages, and whenever your stability is low, you get a ton of extra stability decay to bring you back up to 0. The Black Death has reached France, so I'm going to now segregate the infected. This will give us some extra disease resistance, which will make the infection a little bit less terrible for us. This is the last month where I have to spend full on cost of court. Yeah, now I barely have to spend anything, which is very nice. The appanages make cost of court kind of free, which honestly makes me kind of want to just stick with appanages. Although I think that will make us keep the French feudal nobility power. But honestly, this power is not that bad. It gives +2 cultural capacity, which is kind of worth a government reform, I think. Well, the Black Death has, of course, hurt the economy quite a bit. We're down like a bunch in tax base. But I should start building up some scriptoriums. Because, yeah, we do have plenty of clerics, so I should definitely build up these scriptoriums. And then I can use those to build up some libraries afterwards, which will be nice for getting more pop promotion, which we will need now that we have way less pops. Although we still have a very good amount of pops, because France is super densely populated. I quickly invest in stability to get us a little bit over this edge, because it's going to take a while for the stability decay to get the last little bit, since stability decay goes down. So it'll get slower and slower and slower. I'm going to get a bit from primary religion clergy ratio, but it'll be pretty slow to get back into positive stability from just that, so investing in stability should let us get back out of the negatives a little bit faster. The Aragonese have stolen some rightful French land just because it was owned by Bjarn. So that's not very nice of them, and we're going to have to get our revenge right now by sponsoring Noble Arts, and then fabricate CB Aragon for here. Then, Aragon, you can just back down right now. I'm going to threaten war. Oh, I can't threaten war because I'm not a great power. I forgot about this. Surely I'll become a great power. Surely we can become a great power eventually again. I don't know why I'm not a great power anymore. I just kind of stopped being one. I don't know what changed. Am I like barely outside of being a great power? I guess I can barely see other great powers. Oh, I'm like so close. It's like not that far away. Everyone's within like 30. I just did some more stuff so we don't fail this parliament and get even more negative stability. But yeah, it's unfortunate that we can't actually threaten war right now. I could just declare the war with the plus cost CB, but it's a lot more expensive that way. I'm going to start annexing some of these extremely small subjects that are right next to our capital. Like this one, and then this one. To get a little bit of a better control base around Paris. Because, yeah, like Blois and all this guys, you can get pretty easily control to them. And they're so small that we get like plus 600% annexation speed. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, annexed my first vassal. That's province should have really good control, I think. Going toward 94%. Yeah, what is it actually going towards? It's going toward 56. Yeah, that's not too bad. I just became a great power again, which means I can threaten Aragon for one of these locations, and now end up at war with them. Very nice. Raise army levies. I have no clue why I can't raise naval levies. England's in this war, so it's going to be unfortunate that we can't raise naval levies. I should not build troops there because they're just going to get stack wiped by England. Yeah, plan is to just fight Aragon and hopefully white peace England. They're going to get a little bit of war score from me for my French holdings. So it might not really be optimal to take stuff from England because you can't get naval levies early for some reason. Even though I have a bit of control over here, maybe it's just not enough for getting one naval levy, which seems kind of surprising. I just got a notification that I've given a guarantee to Scotland. I don't know why I would have just given a guarantee to Scotland. I thought I started the game with that, so that's strange. Plan is to siege Provence first, because they're an ally, and I think I'll bet 100 war score annex Provence. They're 80 war score, so it's actually going to be kind of close. We'll see. What is it going to cost? Full annex all of Provence. 71 war score and 38 for that. Once we occupy the fort, I think it'll be just under 100. Nice. The Portuguese and Aragonese are kind of sieging some forts, so I'm going to detach siege and then send over most of my army to go do other things because, yeah, the siege has a lot of troops from appanages on it, so we don't really need too much more support for it. I think we're better off trying to make sure they don't get Narbonne. Okay, we're fighting them in Narbonne. I imagine my troops are much stronger and I should easily win. Yeah, that does look like what's happening. Good. Yeah, a lot of war score from that. They've occupied a bunch of our territory, so I should try to unoccupy it, I guess. Looks like the siege in Marseille is at its maximum. Now it's just a matter of waiting for it to get lucky. On average, it'll take like 150 days. Dang, it's 102 war score. I need to siege down this other fort. That's unfortunate. Maybe if we just like siege down their country, we can get their tax base down enough. I kind of doubt it. Let's just go for this army, I guess, temporarily to just try to do something. Oh, they got my army in Marseille, but we can kill their army. Yeah, they're 100.04. Okay, come on. We're just gonna try to vassalize them. We just need so little extra war score cost reduction. 0.04? What is this? 0.04 is crazy. Dang, it's back up to 101.3. Guess I'll probably have to siege the fort then, unless we can figure out how to make it go back down. 100.89. It's varying quite a bit. Why am I not actually able to click this? Oh, because they will cease to exist in my other treaty. We're so close. I just need to stack wipe them or something. We got this. I believe. I believe in the plan. We just gotta kill their army. Now, 100.56. Yeah, I guess I'll just press detach siege and let Provence get sieged down. Maybe they'll go under hard war score at some point, but for now they're at 101 again, so it's looking unlikely because I did siege down their whole country. But maybe their proximity will go, or their control will go down because of something related to us occupying them or something. I'm not 100% sure. We will see. Should try to go for Barcelona. That'll be nice. Dang, yeah, that's the problem with splitting siege. We get killed by the Aragonese. Unfortunately, my ruler is going temporarily insane. Diplomatic, I think, is usually the least bad if you're already in a war. Otherwise, military is probably what you want to go. Yeah, Provence is so close to being vassalizable. I could just leave them with one province, but then I can't release them as a historical subject, I think. Actually, I don't know if I can release them as a historical subject. I should probably check that before I conquer them. 99.96 war score. We can finally take Provence as an appanage, fiefdom, or vassal. I think fiefdom is the thing I have the fewest of, and so the one that's most likely to be loyal. I guess I can take a look and see. It does look like Normandy and stuff are loyal, so I will take Provence as a fiefdom. Yeah, I can't take any more money or anything. Just gonna get Provence as a fiefdom. Very nice. That does give me a little bit of aggressive expansion, but it's not too bad. I imagine aggressive expansion will be kind of bad after I take stuff from Aragon, though, so I should actually improve relations with Castile to try to make sure they don't join the coalition, and probably the Pope as well. Aragon's willing to accept this 85% war score peace deal, so I think I will take that. Very nice. Taking all their stuff in the France region, and also taking a bunch of stuff down here, which I'm going to release as subjects. Create subjects, historical subjects, Catalonia. I will release that as a fiefdom. And then Valencia. I think I want to release Valencia also as a fiefdom. Yeah, fiefdoms are still extremely loyal, so I can keep releasing more fiefdoms. Historical subject. Valencia as a fiefdom. Valencia has a lot more cores on Aragon that I'll be using in the future. Looking at the AE map mode, looks like we did actually get Castile in the coalition, but just barely, and they should leave it pretty soon, along with Papal States and some Southern Italian guys. If Castile actually joins the coalition, then I've got Parliament to get a CB against them instantly. Oh, Papal States joined the coalition, that's unfortunate. Yeah, hopefully Castile can get below 50 AE pretty quickly here. Should only take them another like 2 more months. Oh, they joined the coalition. Okay, that's unfortunate. I think the coalition still should be a lot weaker than me, though. Yeah, it is. So I don't think it'll fire. We'll see. I guess I'll call Parliament for expand gravel road network. And then, oh, do I want to contain banking? Okay, this isn't in Paris, so I think I'm fine to contain banking in exchange for reading this through for 10 centralization progress. I guess I can also use this as an opportunity to build roads. Where do we actually have roads already, though? Looks like this direction is kind of the only place we don't have roads. Although actually also this direction. But that actually, these kind of line up with where rivers are, or like the opposite of the river map mode. So maybe there isn't really anything too useful to build roads to, except for maybe like Sens. Sens looks like a place where we could have a road to that would be useful. Yeah, that's nice. Actually, I think everywhere I click, I think it will only build a road if it's actually useful, right? So I guess I can just kind of spam to everywhere and it'll build more roads for me. Yeah, actually, I guess all rivers aren't worth not building roads over because some rivers still cost 30 proximity to go over. So, and yeah, we can see to sends, there's two places that are not using roads right now. So that'll get us a lot more proximity to sends to have a river there, or to have a road there. Yeah, I got banking in Paris, so I should make my trade 100% automated again. Remove these routes I made specifically for getting the institution. Was that the only one? Okay, well, I'll automate my trade again so I can get a little bit more trade income, and that'll be overall pretty nice. Also, I should stop investing in stability. Oops, investing in stability. Yeah, that's super not worth it for France because you just get more stability decay once you're in the positives. You shouldn't really be investing in stability, I think. The schism has begun, aka the infinite money generator. Um, let's see. Are we only getting 8? This used to be ridiculous. Looks like they might have nerfed it. I remember when this gave you basically like 100 ducats or something from the tithe as France. It was kind of ridiculous. The Western Schism was just so nice. But yeah, let's see what ends up happening next month tick. Maybe it'll go way up, or maybe it will stay as us having a relatively small proportion of the tithe. Maybe it's only our interest groups that actually give us the tithe, because I think before you got an insane amount. Okay, it does seem to be staying at relatively low. Anyway, I will embrace professional armies. Maybe some more text to research. Although there is some pretty good text to research in this main tree. But I should go for men-at-arms in the professional armies tree. That'll be nice to get men-at-arms. And then also artillery. Except actually before we get any of that, we're probably going to get banking done. And then once we get banking, we'll be in a pretty good position. Because banking has a lot of nice text to go for. And banking leads to our probably best unique tech as France, Elan, which gives plus 20% army morale, which is kind of an insane modifier. I'm gonna give the peasants common militias, because that'll help make future wars even easier, and make the peasants a little bit happier, meaning I can tax them some more. I'm gonna start building up a ton of bridges, because the bridges will help reduce proximity costs a little bit. It's not gonna be huge, but it'll help out a bit. I mean, I did increase naval infrastructure so I could fail it and get the 2 extra land, but I get support for land focus from the nobility, giving me some extra land. So now I can, I gotta do one of these options so I still get the land progress. I don't think these laws are good for now. Or what is protect trade routes? Yeah, that's plus trade range. That seems like the best one. Okay. I guess I would request additional taxes. Yeah, I'll request additional taxes. Get some more money from the nobility. This seems like a pretty nice law here. We have an option of not getting the law, which, I mean, long term, this policy is awful, so we will never want to enact this. It gives plus 3 expected cost of court, which is terrible. But this one gives minus 5, which means we can annex our vassals with less issues, like having to pay for legitimacy, or annex our appanages, I mean. So I'm going to take it so that legitimacy will long term be a lot cheaper, because minus 5 expected cost of court is huge. I'm starting the annexation of Blois, or Blois, or whatever. And see, we should have pretty good proximity to it, because going through the whole country, we still have 30% proximity on the other side because of this river. So that'll be very nice to get them. We have a little bit of proximity. I can't annex these guys because they have a huge opinion malice from me being excommunicated, apparently. Oh, this is a nice event that gives us plus 10 progress towards land. Nice extra 1% proximity cost reduction, effectively. The peasants just rose up. That's not very nice, peasants. How could you do this to me? Well, I should be able to pretty easily beat the peasants, I think. I don't really think the peasants stand much of a chance. I mean, they got like all of southern France, but what's their tax base? Yeah, it's 38. That's like not a real country, really. So it should just be pretty simple to beat them. It kind of depends on how many forts they got, but it doesn't really look like they got like any forts actually. So yeah, we should be pretty fine. Oh, I think the Civil War is actually the reason why I can embrace banking right now. Probably, actually. Well, I'll take that opportunity to embrace banking. Um, yeah, I'm gonna cancel all these texts, and instead, I'm gonna go down the banking tree. What is gonna be most important to research? Probably we should go for the barks first, then bureaucracy and trade range. Yeah, where's the trade range tech? There it is. Annexing Blois or Blois. It's probably Blois if I had to guess, based on this pronunciation of Valois, I think it's called. Um, 60 prestige, nice. Yeah, this is some good territory, I think. We gotta actually wait for proximity map mode to update. Yeah, 41% proximity in Blois itself, and then pretty good proximity, I assume, in these territories around it. I guess I shouldn't have a cabinet member trying to go to more centralization, unless I have, no, actually, since I have a parliament, I actually should right now, because in parliament, we'll actually be able to push it still. But in general, I should probably put that cabinet member on something else. I don't know what will be best to put it on. Values seem kind of fine. I don't know if I want to go capital economy yet. I'm not doing anything on buying food right now, so maybe it's fine. I formed a union with Naples. Okay, that's nice. Huh, that's good. I'm gonna vote for established seniority, because there is a vote happening right now. I'm pretty sure I should become the senior partner. Then we can go for, oh, yeah, we want to do unified succession law for sure. What are the requirements? I assume it's just, the union hasn't quite been in effect for 10 years, but yeah. We want to change our succession law, or change their succession law so that we get the same ruler forever now, because that would be pretty nice if we can just keep Naples as a subject. Our ruler is 50 though, so we don't have too long to do that. Okay, the French peasants finally surrendered in the Civil War. I think I am now actually going to swap this guy off of centralization because Parliament just concluded. What do I want him to do? I could increase control somewhere. I don't know if there's a province that's really worth it. I think we have a silver mine somewhere. Yeah, we do have some silver mines. I don't think that that would necessarily be worth spending a cabinet action on for like 20 control, though. We could stabilize the country, but stability decay is so high that I don't really think that's that important. Could go for some improved relations in Diplo rep, I guess. Actually, I still have some provinces to integrate. I should be doing that. Yeah, of course, I have more provinces to integrate. I should be integrating more provinces with these two guys. That'll be nice. Okay, we voted to establish seniority. For some reason, that made Naples the senior partner, but I have enough extra great power score than them that I can become the senior partner anyway. Just take it from them. Then, codified succession law. We want to vote for a unified succession law so that we don't lose Naples. I should probably disband my levies. Yeah, that would be probably good for the economy to not have 20,000 levies raised. I should build some more buildings as well to spend my. I have $10,000. I should probably put automated buildings creation, or should I? I don't know. It'll be nice to spend more money because yeah, I just can't spend that much money. I mean, it's like super early game, but I'm already at the point where I kind of just have too much money to spend. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna automate buildings and RGO. I'll still build some manually, but this will help me out a bit. Yeah, I voted to enact unified succession law. Now, the only thing is that I have a little bit of a weird succession law, so I don't know if it will work 100%. It looks like it is, and they have the same heir as us. That's good. I'm gonna start trying to annex Normandy. It's gonna take all the way till 1400, but Normandy will be pretty huge to have as our own territory. I feel like I've seen events that let me annex Normandy, but I looked in the code and I couldn't really find them. So, yeah, I'm not sure about that. Never mind, never mind. Right after I said that, I looked at the code and I found it. Never mind, we will be able to annex Normandy in like 1380 or something. So we're actually fine, and we don't need to worry about annexing them. I just got the dock building unlocked, so I will try to build up some docks. Or actually, I need to upgrade these to towns. We don't have that good of RGOs, so I will just upgrade these to towns real quick so that I can build some docks in them. And then get a little bit more sailors so we can actually maybe build some transports and oh, oops. I didn't actually mean to declare war on the UK there. Apparently they don't desire anything from me, which is very strange. Oh, they can't actually take this in the war because it's the 100 Years War CB. so they can't take this. That would explain why they don't want anything. Well, since I actually started this war, I would have just clicked the other option otherwise. I'm just gonna white peace England. Yeah, oops, because we can't fight that war yet, I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna let Flanders turn into an appanage. I think that'll make the rest of my vassals much more loyal. And it'll make the appanages less loyal, but yeah, it is what it is. I can turn more people into appanages. I don't think I will. Um, Apparently you can annex appanages faster, but I just don't really want to turn more people into appanages. Disloyalty in Normandy. I don't know which option is it will click faster. Should Normandy drop below 5% loyalty, Norman lords may attempt to elect a new ruler in Normandy and sway allegiances to England. Should Normandy not exceed 30 locations, along with achieving 85% loyalty, we will be given the chance to fully integrate Normandy as a French core. That is what we want. Is appeasing Norman lords. I assume this is what we want. That gives minus 10 loyalty. This one gives minus 20 loyalty. So yeah, we want to click this one. And that way we'll get a little bit of better loyalty on Normandy. We are at 100 loyalty on Normandy, so we should just need to wait till 1380, and then we can annex them. Apparently I have so many legitimacy modifiers that my cost of court in this screen is apparently negative 1.21. I'm like 100% sure this isn't actually giving me money, because I did the math, and it's definitely not giving me money. But it is kind of funny that it says that it's costing me negative money here. Very nice. Minus 15% diplomatic annexation cost. I should try to annex some more subjects with that. But I have very little time to do it, I guess. So who would that be useful on? I don't know. We need someone who we have pretty good relations with. Nevers? No. Who would I have really pretty good relations with right now? Okay, I think there's no one I can get to 150 relations or whatever we need with fast enough. Or wait, these guys. They're only like 2 relations away at this point. Okay. And now we're actually over the threshold. Oh wait, no we're not. No, we need 200 opinion. I thought it was 150. Huh. Maybe it's different for appanages? I just realized France starts out with communal lands. I could have gotten so much more centralization progress. I should really revoke that. And then try to push centralization more. Oops. A little bit of a mistake. It's fine. Yeah, we can go a lot more into centralization now. I guess I'll also pick up centralized bureaucracy, giving me even more progress towards centralization. I just got a character at the prodigy trait. I will put them on expensive education. We'll probably get some insane stats. This is a nice thing with being matrilineal non-exclusive. They're going to pretty easily become our heir, except that our ruler is going to die pretty soon, so we actually want someone pretty old to be our ruler. Actually, this guy's not that young. So yeah, he's fine to become our next ruler. I'm going to go down to max literacy. We get pound lock canals along the way, which will be nice for the minus local proximity cost. So unfortunately my ruler that was giving huge loyalty to Normandy died, and now Normandy is slightly disloyal. And we need them to 80 loyalty to annex them. So I'm going to annex Anjou. This should reduce the penalty from country strength of all fiefdoms, because these guys are a fiefdom. Take a while to annex them. Oh, the loyal subject modifier we currently have is going to go away before we finish the annexation, so yeah. We're not actually going to annex them quite that fast, but yeah, it's fine. We'll better annex them in like a little bit. Hopefully we annex them before the Normandy event times out. I'm pretty sure it has a pretty long timeout period, but I'll go check. Yeah, the latest we can get is 1410, so we should be fine. We just need to annex these guys by like 1400. And then we can support loyalists for like the final 20 loyalty on Normandy. We just need to get the penalty from strength of all fiefdoms a little bit down. Okay, the French peasants started another civil war. I guess I should be paying more attention to my civil war thing, because I really didn't expect to get a civil war. I will just tell everyone to carpet siege, because yeah, that's too much effort to worry about the civil war myself. I'll just let the AI carpet siege it all. It shouldn't be too hard. I don't imagine these guys... Actually, they have a decent amount of army, so things might be a little tricky, but I should be able to win this war with relative ease. Yeah, we'll be able to win this war without too many issues. Loyal subject is about to time out. Now I get another loyal subject. Do they just keep stacking like this? Extending it for 4 more years, but increasing the effect? What? This is kind of a weird way for a modifier to work. It's not gonna let us annex Anjou, though, unfortunately. I wonder if we're too small because of the Civil War? Because I feel like it shouldn't be taking this long. Because slow negotiations, yeah. We got that, but we should still have less diplomatic annexation costs because we got more from loyal subjects than that. Huh. I don't know. Okay, the peasants surrendered. I guess I'm gonna have to take better attention to the peasants in the future. Because why are they already rebelling again? Dang. They're only rebelling in a few provinces, but I thought that their estate satisfaction, yeah, still is higher than it normally would be. So it's surprising to see them already rebelling again. Why is our taxes for them so low, but they're still so mad at me? Levying the fouage taxes minus 5%? Hmm. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Okay, the reason they were annexing slower was because we didn't have the as much smaller modifier. We can see it's now giving us plus 113%, which is very nice. Now, unfortunately, I think that we run out of loyal subjects in time to where we don't get to annex them quite as easily. Unless this only runs out like one multiplier at a time, I'm not really sure. I'm not 64 progress towards centralization, so I will remove my cabinet member from doing that, and I think I'll have him start going for capital economy. I think it's good to start trying to push capital economy at this point. For capital economy progress, I should go from first come first serve to most profitable first. Yeah, that gives us quite a bit of progress towards capital economy. To try to get the annexation time of Anjou below the time for loyal subjects to run out, I'm going to seize a province from them. Seize territory. I'm going to seize, is this a town? Yeah, it is. I'm going to seize it. Okay, they're currently disloyal now. So, I need to support loyalists in them. I can only do that on 1st of May, so I do lose a month of progress for this. That better not be the difference, because I could have supported loyalists first. October 1st, 1388. That's not quite fast enough. Dang. That is, unless we seize another province, which actually I think we might be able to do. Okay, we just hit 70% loyalty on Anjou, meaning I can seize another location from them. Seize location, where's that? Seize territory. I'll seize this one. Okay. Now, April 1st, 1388. Wait, isn't that exactly when we lose loyal subjects? No, it's August. Okay, we're actually good then. Annexing Anjou is nice. That'll help increase the economy. And, oh, it finishes the 100 Years' War. Yeah, that makes sense. And now Normandy is at 60 loyalty, meaning that I can use, what's it called? Support loyalists. And they should now be at 80, or was it 85 I needed? Oh, it was 85 I needed. How am I gonna get them to 85? Wait, am I just stupid? Why did I not just spend on diplomatic spending? So yeah, that fixes it. Oops. I don't know how it took me this long to think of this. This is not that complicated. That's some huge bonuses you get if you keep Normandy as a subject. But we get this event to let us annex Normandy. So yeah, that's nice. I can lower diplomatic spending again. And yeah, that's pretty huge for our country to have all the Normandy territory. Next month tick, we'll see what the proximity is looking like again. Yeah, we got pretty good proximity in most of Normandy, I'd say. I think it's time to invade Belgium. I'm gonna take this support for land focus, fabricate CB on Brabant for Antwerp. Then I'm going to threaten war for Antwerpen. And now we get to fight the HRE. Should be pretty nice. Also, we're starting to get the ability to raise naval levies, which will be nice if you want to fight England, although only 2 is not very many. Yeah, I do want to take over all of England eventually. It's just kind of hard to do that in the very short term. We actually have pretty good proximity to the coast. We can see, yeah, we've got like 45% or something, because we can see -6, it's at 38.5. So I'm going to start building up some barks and getting a navy ready to spread proximity across more of our country. Or not really much of our country yet, but maybe we'll eventually annex Brittany and get good proximity to like Brest and stuff. And eventually all the way down to Bordeaux and whatever. I should have co-belligerented Hainaut. I'm getting plus 33% AE. I did think that AE didn't get increased by not co-belligerent people for some reason, but I guess they fixed that, so yeah, I should have co-belligerented these guys, because I'm going to pay a little bit of extra AE because of that, or antagonism, but it's not going to be a big deal. I got the fort? Oh, okay. I just need to get this province then, and then I can piece them out for full annexation. Yeah, that'll be nice. No more Hainaut on the map. Yeah, they get annexed into France, and then Antwerpen is not going to be far behind, or what are they called? Brabant is not going to be far behind. Yeah, they're only 86 war score. Oh, Bohemia wants to white peace. Okay, that's nice. I guess we occupied some of their minor territories or something, and we got a little bit of war score against them. Also, they just are not very high war enthusiasm. I wonder why they're so low war enthusiasm. Let's take a look at Bohemia. Where is Bohemia in this list? Am I blind? I'm probably blind. Let's start by low war enthusiasm to find Bohemia. That doesn't seem to be... That's war exhaustion. Start by low war enthusiasm. There's Bohemia. They have 17 war exhaustion. Well, that would explain why. Oh, we can almost 100% peace deal them because they're going to reach their max war exhaustion, and then we can 100% peace deal them. That's kind of interesting. At least 50% of locations need to be not owned by the Holy Roman Empire in order to use Dismantle HRE. That's interesting. I guess I'll just wait for Bohemia to reach their max war exhaustion because they're like so close. Oh, they're at it? Okay. We now have 100 war score on Bohemia. I don't know how they got so much war exhaustion, but I'll take it. Okay, I'll take Bern as a vassal or as a fiefdom. And then Freiburg, I'll take you as a fiefdom. I will humiliate Bohemia. I will take war reparations from Bohemia. I don't want to conquer land over in there, right? So I'm trying to decide what's reasonable in this peace deal. I could conquer land in Lubeck. I'm just gonna take some money. And do I want to take a trading outpost over here? I mean, we very much could. But do I want to do that? Well, I kind of decided I wanted to transfer Lubeck as a fiefdom, but I can't actually find them in the list, so I guess that's not an option. I'll just make them annul their treaties with Poland and Trier. Yeah, sure. That seems fine. And yeah, now we 100%ed Bohemia, which is nice. Barely increased our war score, though, because England's in the war for some reason. I guess they decided to join to reclaim their cores. But they're not going to get them. We're going to peace out pretty soon, probably. Okay, Brabant is now willing to accept a full annexation. Very nice. Big expansion of France. That's a small coalition. Surely we're fine. You know, they nerfed these small countries to not be nearly as strong as they would have been in, like, EU4. So this actually might be a fine coalition to deal with. The coalition is very much forming, though. Yeah, but so far we're stronger, but the coalition is growing a lot, so we'll see if that continues to be the case. Oh, I need to put my cabinet member on promoting land value. Dang, my navy's too big now. Unfortunate. So it seems like something is wrong with matrilineal non-exclusive, which is that my heir is not being scored correctly, seemingly. Yeah, it's very, very strange how it's being scored. I have no idea how it's being scored, but since we can't make this guy a general, which seems to be the one thing that consistently changes their score higher, I guess we're just kind of not going to get them as our heir, so that's unfortunate. Yeah, well, I think in future, as long as they're male, we should be fine. It's just because they're not that we can't do good here. I'm just going to have to make more and more crown characters, and this will hopefully stop being as much of an issue. Hopefully. I'm going to embrace the Renaissance. It's definitely not any glitches in my pronunciation there. I'm about to get Elan, which is 20% army morale, which is pretty nice. I guess after we get armories, I should do some text over here in the Renaissance tree. Go down for this cabinet seat, expected cost of court, university, culture capacity, character life expectancy. Oh, the Western Schism just ended. So I think we stop getting payments from the tithe. Unless, yeah, I'm pretty sure this will go away, right? We'll see, I guess, in the next month tick. The Western Schism just ended. Yeah, I'm no longer getting money from the tithe, unfortunately. My current ruler, or my current heir is apparently a 000. Yeah, I would prefer if I didn't get a 000 as my ruler, please. So I'm gonna appoint this guy as a admiral, and hopefully that guy will. He has the most points, so hopefully he'll be my ruler if my ruler dies. I hope so. Hope this picture is false. I think it is. Oh yeah, we can see now he's actually shown as the correct person. Okay. I need to call Parliament. I'll take one of these random things. I'm gonna take a CB on England for London. We're gonna need to prepare a little bit more. I'm building up some transport ships right now. And then I'll be able to put our navy in Dover and cross into England and destroy them. For some reason, whenever I automate buildings, my employment system gets reverted back to first come, first serve. So that is quite strange. Guess I have to stay on unautomated buildings because I want to get that progress towards capital economy. Oh, my ruler died. We get a new one. Okay. Interesting that it shows we have 0 possible heirs. So I definitely don't think we should have 0 possible heirs. That doesn't exactly make like any sense. Yeah, that makes extremely little sense why we would have 0 heirs. English patriots proclaim a country. How dare they? I will raise some levies and land England. Not land England. Land the English patriots. And they're not supported by the UK, right? Yeah, they're not. Wait, how's Flanders already over there? I don't know how they got over there so fast. But I'll just bring my fleet into here, and then I should be able to get on a pretty good quantity of my levies. I can get on 38,000. I didn't expect to be able to get on quite that many at once. Okay, that's pretty nice. You got men-at-arms researched. Can bring my army across, land in Portsmouth, and Southampton, I mean, siege it down, and then I think that'll be the rebellion crushed. Yeah, pretty sure that will win us the rebellion because of the blockade modifier and capital. Now I can disband my levies. Well, England has a lot of allies, but I'm gonna attack England anyway. We demand London. They say no, of course. I will raise 42,000 levies. Hopefully my subjects can... I want to put my subjects on normal instead of supportive. Hopefully they'll be able to defend me while I occupy London and stuff. I think my navy is stronger. Their navy is just galleys and transports, I believe, so... But I have way more light ships than they have galleys, so I'm pretty sure that I'll win. We'll see, though. Gonna bring my army over to here, put my navy here, and then we should just be able to cross the strait. Just got a Battle of Strait of Dover that gave me 1.4 war score. I don't know why the AI would bring his navy in, because I just like insta won that battle, so clearly didn't stand much of a chance. That's an insane general. I'm gonna go for the Canterbury fort, start sieging it down. They're trying to siege down my forts, but I should have the advantage of being able to blockade their forts, which should make it a little bit easier. They only have 59 manpower in this fort. Okay, I think I can just assault it then. Yeah, that's basically free. I don't know why they only had 59 manpower. I guess I should go for their army that's trying to siege down Portsmouth before I go further into like sieging London and stuff. I'm gonna enable auto refill garrison. I kind of forgot about that, but that'll be useful for making sure that they can't reclaim my forts that I siege. So yeah, I'll go sit back in that fort so that they can't reclaim it from me too easily. And then go for London. Actually, I'll try to kill that army probably if it tries sieging something. I assume it will. Yeah, it is. This should be a pretty easy battle. We've got such a good general. Yeah, we're winning this battle very, very comfortably. We killed their left flank, now their middle flank, and they're dead. Okay. Go for London. My siege is quite unlucky, so I'm going to split my army in two, and have each half balance. Oh, I should actually consolidate before I do that, so the splits are actually even. Yeah, okay, split. Now, this 17k stack will try to kill them. while this stack tries to continue the siege, because I can't be letting them siege down Portsmouth. Battle, like, everything was positive, so I imagine we win this battle. Yeah, it's like 2-to-1 casualties even, which is quite surprising. Left flank already gone, and the other flanks like instantly follow afterwards. I should probably just siege down the province capitals of all these provinces in southern England. Can white peace Aragon now? Castile doesn't want to get white peaced yet. Wow, that's a pretty big modifier for the Hussites existing. We get minus 2.5 estate satisfaction equilibrium and minus monthly religious influence. Wants me to create an alliance with the Pope. There's just a problem of me being at war with the Pope right now. And the Pope is not willing to accept a white peace. I could bribe the Pope with $3,000 to get him to leave the war. I guess I'll just press 2 arms, even though it's probably not actually going to ally me. Apparently it allied me. But I assume the alliance insta-breaks, right? I don't know. Looks like the alliance isn't here. After 616 days, the siege of London is finally over. That's going to be a very nice increase to the war score to actually have the war goal. Got a tech for +1 possible government reforms, which is pretty nice. Are there any government reforms that I want to pick up right now? Not really. +5 tax efficiency is kind of nice. We've got a lot of progress towards decentralization, so maybe it's fine to just pick up the +5 tax efficiency. Yeah, I'm going to pick that up. That'll be kind of nice. Yeah, this war's going pretty well. We just need to siege down Colchester, and then we will basically be done with the war. We've got enough war score to peace out for 100% pretty much. I just want Colchester to be able to take a little bit more, because it's currently costing me like double the war score it could be costing me. Okay, I can now 100% war score England. Just took over their fort there. Oh, there's a fort here that I could be reducing war score cost in, so maybe I shouldn't take that. I think it's fine. I'm gonna end with this peace deal. Pretty nice war, conquering like all of southern England. Yeah, England's down to just 339 war score now. Can unraise the levies. And yeah, we're chilling as a very large nation. And check on the month tick how our proximity is looking. I think we should have pretty good proximity. I want to have my fleet here. Yeah, we'll see. We don't have quite 100 quite 100 naval presence, maritime presence, I mean. But we have pretty good maritime presence. London is chilling at 25 proximity. Nice. Well, Londres, because we own it, or it's not pronounced Londres, it's pronounced like Lundres or something. No, I don't know how to pronounce it. Well, I was running Parliament here to get some more land progress by failing, but I'm actually gonna do this real quick and go from aristocratic court to the good one, which is inerrant court for the -10 proximity cost through land. That is going to be pretty huge, although it does give progress towards decentralization, which is not ideal. But yeah, getting -10 proximity cost is going to be extremely nice. Tancarville and stuff. Currently sitting at like 57% proximity. Should go to like 63 or whatever once the effect of this is fully in, or actually a bit better than that. Yeah, it'll be nice to get an extra 10% proximity cost reduction. I just unlocked universities. I'm mass building them. It'll help increase promotion speed, but it will also give us an insane amount of cultural influence, which will be pretty nice. I'm going to start trying to city everything I can along this sort of main pathway over here, because a lot of our proximity is going through this. And also up here, I cited this one. I'm not citying this province because it has silk, which is a very good RGO, making 3.5 profit per level. And then once we get the cities, we can make pound lock canals, which are very nice for giving that -5 local proximity cost. Need like a river and 20 development city, which is pretty achievable. And it'll help us get Tancarville to even higher proximity. Getting high proximity in Tancarville is pretty nice, because from there we can spread proximity to places like London and Antwerp. And soon to be Brittany. It's going to take a while to annex Brittany, actually, but we'll be able to do it. I guess I should start voting for the unification laws in the union with two Sicilies. I imagine it's going to take a long time before we actually unify with them. It'll be nice to start trying to unify with them, except we're actually probably going to fail to unify with them because, yeah, I need to divorce this person because I married them and they're too old, so they're not going to have any children. So they have a little bit of a problem, but hopefully it will be fine. 'Cause, yeah, that would be a little bit of a problem if we lose our union. It's not that big of a deal, but it would be unfortunate. 50 relations with all of our subjects, nice. Also, I'm really surprised by how much crown power I have. I really thought that all the nobility privileges would make it hard to get here, but we already are past 25% crown power, which is pretty nice to see. I'm gonna start trying to explore the Azores because we need it to in order to spawn the New World Institution, which we obviously want to spawn as many institutions as possible. I should be able to spawn printing press. Will I be able to spawn pike and shot? I need at least 20 land, which I will have. And I need gunpowder and the professional armies advance. So I think I'll be able to spawn all three institutions. I just need to make sure I get the gunpowder tech, which I do have. I think this might be the first game I've seen the Ottomans conquer Constantinople, or one of the first games at least. It's pretty rare to see the Ottomans actually manage to conquer it. Also, they released the Dardanelles as a subject. Actually, they released a lot of subjects. Coacelli owns all this. Yeah, they released a lot of stuff as subjects. Wow. We should now have the ability to annex them, right? I should have the unification of crowns. So we can now. I can't annex them actually because I don't have good enough relations. I still start improving relations so we can see how long annexation would take. I don't think I'm likely to actually want to start it right now. I should do expand gravel road network. That'll be nice to get us 10 more progress towards centralization, which is effectively -1 proximity cost. I don't need cabinet to force myself into land anymore, so I can use the cabinet member to help me go capital economy. I'm gonna accept English culture because it's a big portion of my country, and I want to get cores on everything I integrate up here. It'll be nice for the extra control. We'll get cores on this immediately, and then cores on London and stuff after we finish integrating them. It'll help increase control to over 50% in Portsmouth. I figured out how to make someone heir. I just had to assign them to the general, and now they're an heir. Apparently this person is a 000. What? I did not realize they were a 000. Hmm. Okay, so let's say. Oh, but I can't appoint you as a general because you're a female. Hmm. Will it work on people who are lower down in the chain? I'm not sure. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Appoint as general. Will that work? Yeah, it looks like that worked. Wait, is it just flipping them to 000 stats? What? How is assigning them into the generalship making them 000s? No. Wait, I'm so confused. Okay, it didn't actually change the air. So, like, seems like maybe they can stay. No, it changed now. Okay, it just needs to wait for a month tick. Uh, Okay, this is quite interesting. I think my hope is to make this child my heir. I just put them on expensive education. Hopefully they can get a decent admin skill because they do have intelligent. I'm gonna start exploring the Azores Islands because I want to be able to spawn the New World Institution, and we need to explore at least one of these sets of islands over here in order to spawn it. With this, we'll be able to spawn all three of the Age of Discovery institutions. That's convenient. I got develop the interior, which will give me 2 progress towards land, and I get support for land focus here that gives me +5 progress towards land. I kind of want to get a CB on England, but also I don't really want to do that because then I have to do a lot more parliament agendas to get back up to 50% support. So I think I'll just leave it. I'll be at a solid 63 progress towards land now. Well, unfortunately, I lost audio for this like next 20 years, so I'm just putting on a time lapse of all the clips I had in there on 10 times speed. It's gonna go by pretty quickly. Yeah, there's not too much to talk about, but yeah, it's very unfortunate that this keeps on happening where I lose audio. Hopefully, it won't happen again. Very, very, very unfortunate whenever this happens. Not too much happened in this period though. We just kind of conquered some stuff from England as well as Castile, and we also released some subjects from Castile, or from, Aragon, after we conquer their stuff. Very, very nice. Quite simple. Oh, oops, I have a little bit more of stuff to show here. Oh yeah, we're gonna fight a war with Castile. I assume we're doing some value stuff based on what I'm seeing here. And I think I'm changing succession law. Or no, I'm not doing it yet. I'm talking about why I need to change succession law to the nobility electorate thing, and so I start annexing two Sicilies. Oh, and now I declare a war against Castile, I believe. And we're going to be conquering pretty much all of northern Castile. Yeah, that's what I want to make the peace deal. It's going to take a little bit to obviously get that. We got to fight their armies a bunch. But this war, overall, very doable. Castile is not quite as strong as me. Because, you know, we're 100 years in, our income has scaled up quite substantially. Yep, we get our peace deal there. Very nice. And now I release some subjects, grant them a couple of provinces each, so they can be a little bit stronger. The birth of a permanent taxation system. You need to have high stability, so I was trying to get out of that war so I could get high enough stability to trigger this. I forgot about this. You need at least like, I figured if it's 25 or 50 stability for this, and you also need to be at peace, so I wanted to get out of that war. So I didn't realize you need to be at peace when I declared that war. Now we enter the Age of Discovery, and I pick the diplomatic focus because it has plus 50% trade range is the main reason. And I'm looking at trying to spawn the institutions, I think, now. What institution am I actually thinking about spawning? Oh yeah, we spawn a printing press, I think? Or wait, I'm trying to remember if I actually spawned it. Oh yeah, it looks like I spawned it. And we're trying to annex two Sicilies. I think I need to try to get my relations up with them. Oh yeah, I finished annexing Brittany, which is very nice. I'm trying to annex two Sicilies. We need good relations. I think I had to give them gifts and stuff to get our relations high enough. Yep, there I am. Trying to give them a gift to get my relations high enough to annex. It was really hard to get two Sicilies good enough to annex. I kept on messing up and getting their relations too low. And now back to normal Connor, who doesn't know this happened yet. I only learned that this happened while editing. I really died. We obviously want to keep Paris as our capital, although, I mean, like, Rouen wouldn't be too bad. We'd be closer to the coast or whatever, which would be kind of nice. Yeah, we would save, like, 30 proximity on everything trying to go to the coast, which would be nice. But I'm going to keep Paris as the capital. Also, we're getting very close to getting proximity above 0 in Bordeaux. We were. Now we're at minus 18. Dang, did the loss of our ruler's proximity cost modifier make that big of a difference? Oh, I forgot about this thing. I think I have to relaunch the game, or not relaunch the game, reload the save in order to get the admin ability to actually have effects. Yep, that fixed it. Now it's only minus 3.5. Although that's still worse than it was with my previous ruler. I was remembering with my ruler that had like 80 something admin. It was like minus 1.5% proximity. Now we're sitting at minus 3.5. I'm pretty sure pretty soon Bordeaux will start being positive proximity. Right now it's taking this very strange route going all the way to Nantes. It should stop doing that, I think, once we get good enough maritime presence. It's just doing that right now because we have good maritime presence in the south here. We don't have good maritime presence here. So it kind of has to take that route, or else it's going to have problems with getting the proximity over because it's going to have to take a bunch of basically 0 maritime presence zones. Well, not basically 0, but very low. Wait, I have a low naval presence here. Oh, I forgot to put my navy back out. I should build up a bigger navy real quick. Yeah, I'm going to build up a bunch more navy so I can get more maritime presence. That'll be nice. Yeah, this should like double my navy size or something. Bordeaux just cut over 0 proximity, and it's now started to take the route that I expected, pretty much. It's a bit weird that's not just hugging the coast, but I guess it doesn't really make any difference. I'm pretty sure it's the same number of tiles. Yeah, it's the same number of tiles. I can now embrace the pike and shot. I'll put that up. I'll put some text from there in my queue. Pike and shot. Probably want to get that military tactics. What else is going to be important here? Go for like dry docks and oh, there's 20% speed of integration here. That's actually really nice. Should probably go for merchant quarters. 20% speed of integration, plus 1 possible government reforms, plus 20 max size in rural construction center, House of Parliament, and then I guess I can go for like a Falconet. And yeah, that's probably good. Just got paved roads researched. Very, very nice. Now I'm just going to kind of spam roads to everywhere using paved roads. This should cost a decent amount. It's actually kind of cheap. Surprised how cheaply I can build a bunch of paved roads to kind of everywhere. Nantes, we wanted one to probably. Lyon area. Dijon. There's Lyon. Probably one just like down in this general direction or something. Over to like Alençon. Yeah, okay, that seems like a good amount of roads that we actually need. Then I'll just press upgrade to paved road for the rest of the money. And go wherever it feels like. With paved roads, the proximity map mode is looking better than ever. We can see around Antwerpen, we're sitting at 58 proximity in Antwerp. We're also having, 40 proximity in Lille. Of course, we got good proximity in like London. But we also have 40% proximity in Bordeaux, which is pretty nice. Yeah, overall, country's looking pretty nice in terms of proximity. I just got another cabinet seat as well, so I can start integrating more stuff. That'll be nice. The UK will get integrated faster with that. Probably means we're going to want to do more conquest. We could also use diplomatic corps if we want to try to reduce aggressive expansion. Because, yeah, the German countries don't really like me too much. I should probably try to improve relations with some of them to get them out of the coalition. Looks like some mains just left. So yeah, I should try to improve relations with some of these guys probably to get them out. I'm going to temporarily turn off building and RGO automation because I want to have more money in order to spend on more roads. Because I'm trying to mass build roads. I still have like 201 more road upgrades I can do, which is quite a lot. If each one costs like 150 ducats, so what this next one will cost apparently, it's going to take a lot of them to do that. 4.5k money, 5 research. I cannot be not taking 5 research. I have no clue why I had that marriage union, by the way, because I had this union, and it was with 2 Sicilies that I had the marriage union. So I think it's a bug, but I don't know why I would have disbanded. I think it's time to fight England again. I'm gonna call Parliament, promote noble officers, fabricate CB, go for Berkshire, doesn't really matter. Yeah, and then we threaten war, and we get a minus 25% war score. Threaten war is perfectly balanced, I don't know. It feels a little bit strange, but the war score cost in this game, in my opinion, is too high, so I'm going to be using it, even though it's like a little bit overpowered. I think the alternative is it being the war system being a little bit too weak right now. I think you should be able to conquer more in each war than what you can with dubious claims. Plus 25% cost is really painful, especially when you normally be having negative percent costs. And the tax based on locations just keeps scaling up, and so like war score cost never really goes down until you get to the Age of Revolutions, which does actually have some good war score cost reductions, like minus 25% CB universal, or actually I think it might be minus 50% and minus 20% war score cost just from the age. Oh, we have 13,000 levies just in England now. That's very nice that our control in England has gotten up that high. But I'm still going to ship over more levies. Do I actually lose that battle? I actually do lose that battle. Does England have better levies than me? Hmm. I don't know. Doesn't look like they have like the next tier of levies or anything. I think we just need to have more numbers and then we should win. Maybe my troops weren't properly balanced. Yeah, we didn't lose by that big of a margin in terms of losses. I should raise naval levies. Yeah, 31 ships will help out a good amount. Probably wanted to bring this army over in like fourths or something. Oh, they did real damage to my navy there. How dare they? I should bring my 59 stack to kill their galleys. Surely my 59 light ships can beat their 13 galleys. Yeah, it can. Okay, that's good. We're fighting another one of their navies. Yeah, we win. Okay. Consolidate. Need the naval levies. Here's some fishing boats. Alright, we need these fishing boats to help me out with shipping across. We can probably ship over, like, why are these not actually in the same location? What? Okay, I don't know why they were there, but anyway, split. We can go across with 18,000 at a time, okay. That's pretty good. Actually, looks like we can go across with 36,000 at a time, and I just split unnecessarily. Okay. Well, it doesn't really matter that much. Can merge the armies up, and then start sieging Britain down. Yeah, we can or we should really split it up into like fourths or something. Yeah, let's split this up into fourths, because we can siege Britain pretty easily. Okay, that's 4 armies. Have like these siege down 3 forts and 1 defends or something. That seems decent. So far, the war with the UK is going pretty good. They're already at 0 war enthusiasm, which does make sense because I have a lot more troops than them. Yeah, almost 10 times the amount of troops. I'm just sort of sieging down their country, getting all their forts. I don't have the war goal quite yet, but we should better get the war goal pretty soon after we occupy Oxford. I can probably go for it. What exactly was the war goal? Berkshire? Where is Berkshire? Berkshire is this one. I can go for that now. I want to do a peace deal with Britain, something like this. Pretty nice. France now owns the east coast of England, except apparently Holland conquered Louth, so we don't own that, but other than that, we're doing pretty good. I just shift-clicked a bunch of upgrade roads, so that'll be kind of nice. I don't know how much these roads will actually be useful. Um, like, let's see, is it actually building out useful roads? Paved road to summer. So is this road currently a gravel road? And yeah, that's actually a useful road. This one to Poitiers. Poitiers. That is actually getting used. So it looks like it's upgrading useful roads and not just random roads, which is good to see. I can now embrace the New World Institution, which will be nice, giving me another 5% research speed. I probably want to go for mostly the trade range stuff in here. Yeah, plus 50% trade range will be nice. Do I want to take that -5 proximity cost through port? Probably. And then like this plus 10 food production, rights of the burghers, plus 10 efficiency of our cabinet, plus 10 pop promotion speed, plus 75% iron output, plus 3 character life expectancy, something like that. Oh, we get the Italian war situation. Interesting. We should like to establish, what does this do? I'm not actually sure what this is useful for. Oh, I guess it costs diplomats to get improved relations. And what's this final one? The time between campaigning Italy actions. Um, I assume this might be a war goal thing, so I'm gonna click it. Campaign Italy. Okay, it doesn't tell me what. Oh, they need to have provinces that border our league. The French League apparently owns 0 provinces in Italy. I'm confused why I'm not in the Two Sicilies League. And that's in the First Italian League, which is slightly strange. Printer shops have insane profitability right now. I'm gonna spam a ton of printer shops. Wow, very profitable. Yeah, we're almost done with all the roads we can build at this point. Yeah, only like 12 more roads to build up. Almost done. So close. Wow, this is a very nice event. We can get some very good modifiers here. And click this option. You get fiscal discipline, which is insane, and fiscal reforms, which is really good. So we have an income of 800 positive balance, 1380 income. Like this, now it's 1587 income and almost 1000 positive balance. Well, I've now upgraded every single paved road or every single gravel road into a paved road. Very nice. There's still a couple of locations that don't have gravel roads, as you can see the green stuff. But it's very few locations, and it's especially few that actually would increase control, so I'm not really going to worry about that. Now I'm just going to start building up some profitable buildings, like 1 billion printer shops. Should probably be building these up also in like Paris or something, because I assume we have scriptoriums that we can convert into this, which will be nice. Oh wow, my ruler's admin ability is actually 100. I guess it's gone up, and we got that 10 permanent event. I feel like it's just naturally going up though, because I don't think it was 90 before that. Yeah, that's nice to have -10% proximity cost from our ruler. Bordeaux sitting at 45% proximity right now. It'll be unfortunate when we lose it and get back to having like 50 rulers. But I mean, eventually we're going to go elective succession, and that'll let us have pretty much permanently good rulers. We just need to finish annexing Two Sicilies, which is going to take a bit, like 35 more years, except we have slow negotiations right now, so it'll go back up to being a little bit faster once that's gone. Maybe another 5 years faster or something. So 30 years. I'm gonna give the peasants a privilege because they had kind of low satisfaction. Don't want them to rebel or anything. And also to let us tax them a bit more. Yeah, we'll get a little bit more taxes on the peasants. The maximum tax on the peasants being 77% is kind of insane. We really don't need serfdom because the main advantage is kind of that taxability, but we really don't have any use for that. So it'd be kind of nice to be on free subjects, although probably unlikely that we're actually gonna get that because apparently we're still trending towards serfdom, at least for now. Oh, French feudal nobility from having appanages is definitely helping out with that. I've got a parliament here. I've been kind of trying to wait for AE to go down, but maybe I should just deck Lorraine or Franche Comté. Are these guys both in the HRE? Yeah, they are. Well, I will just call a parliament for increased ties to neighbors, I guess. What would I want to do in this parliament? Ask for law changes? Are there any laws I'd want to change? No. Yeah, I think we want to fabricate a CB. Question is against who? I don't really want to fight this coalition, but also maybe I just should fight the coalition. I can probably full annex Holland. Yeah, that's probably really what I should do. Holland. Okay, we'll threaten war against Holland and get pretty good borders going. Oh, I have too close rebels. Let's take a look what's going on. That's kind of a big rebellion. Well, it's not really a big rebellion, but it looks somewhat big. Well, it's actually taking the province my army's in. The army should be giving satisfaction. How dare the people still join the rebellion? But I should be able to stop the rebellion just by moving one of my guys that's on integration into Rebel Crackdown. Yeah, we can do that real quick. Just so I can start declaring that war. It'll take like a year or something for my rebellion to go back down below 95%. Apparently meritocracy has reached France, so I guess I will embrace meritocracy. That'll give me another 5% research speed, and meritocracy has some good text to research eventually, like 2.5 tax efficiency, -5 estate enrichment, plus 2.5 trade efficiency, 10 power projection, kind of everything that's really good. The rest of the stuff probably isn't worth going down the tech tree for, except maybe this monthly literacy, actually. Help get our literacy up a little bit. Okay, I've actually got the rebels low enough that I can threaten war for Rotterdam now. And yeah, I'm at war with the coalition. Why do I instantly have 5% war score? Oh, I guess I'm blockading something. I don't actually know what I'm blockading, but I guess I'm blockading something. Oh, this Antwerp stack, I guess, is blockading Middelburg. I wouldn't think it would be 5% war score, but okay. Well, you can raise 104,000 levies. That is quite an amount. I have such a big stack that I think I can just kind of assault every fort in the Netherlands, and it's not really going to be a problem because I have just so much manpower. I might lose like a few thousand per fort, but like, yeah, who cares? Because I have 84,000 manpower, so I should just be completely fine. I think at least. We'll see. Any stack that walks into my stack just gets insta-stack wiped because I have 85,000 troops. I think you need like 10 times more to stack wipe. Okay, forts are actually a little bit more dangerous than I thought. Yeah, this fort only had like half garrison and I'm still losing like 4,000 troops on it or something. No, yeah, 4,000 troops I think. So that's not that bad. I mean, that's kind of bad. Oh yeah, that would be a lot of stuff for like all of Holland. Or really not. It depends on. Yes, not all the forts are fully garrisoned is the thing, so maybe it's fine. I'm now gonna full annex Loon because I occupied them. Now we're gonna fight Bohemia in this stack. Looks like we're winning this battle pretty comfortably. Yeah, 5,000 casualties to 900. Now I can go for the fort in Namur. Now I don't really want to wait here for a billion years, but I also don't want to assault it because I feel like I'm gonna lose a lot of guys. So I'm just gonna split off some of my army, and then I'm gonna go up here and start sieging on some other stuff. Or I should probably siege this. I don't know. Oh yeah, Luxembourg is in this war. Luxembourg is a subject of Berg, right? I believe so. So maybe we should try to annex Berg. I don't know if Berg is like full annexable or whatever. Oh yeah, they're very full annexable. So maybe we should like we can't vassalize Berg. We could try to just take Luxembourg from them or something. Splitting my army in half. I'm gonna split off half of it to like help siege that fort, and then I guess I should probably just do both of these forts in the Netherlands. They're pretty important for this war. Maybe bring this navy over to help blockade them as well. Dang, they just killed me in Middleburg. I should have kept a bit more than 1,000 guys. I wish there was an easier way to split off a specific amount of guys. Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate. But I just lost a number, dang. Okay, this war isn't quite as easy as I would have hoped. Maybe I should just be assaulting. Assaulting is probably just a lot simpler. So we had 76,000 guys. Let's see how many we have after this. Okay, yeah, this isn't that bad. Okay, maybe I misremembered and that fort was actually full garrison when I assaulted. Yeah, we're not losing that many guys. I should just be assaulting more probably. Okay. Assault again. I think I'll win this time. Yep. Then we can go for a door deck or something. No, we actually don't win quite, but we can easily assault that. Yeah, that costed me only like 4,000 guys. I should really just be assaulting. I occupied this fort, or my subjects did, so I can annex that. Limburg, okay. Or that's not actually your full country? You have other stuff? No? What? Why do you not... That's not how math works. 99 doesn't equal 100. Oh, they're a subject. I guess that would explain why. They're a subject of Berg, of course, of course. Apparently we're with these guys as well. Maybe I should try to annex them. I guess I'll take their fort. I can't go to that fort yet. Guess I'll go for this one. Assaulting some of these forts was quite expensive. 25% disease resistance. I'm pretty sure you can only build that in coasts though, so it's not quite as useful. Well, this war is not really going the greatest for me, so I'm just going to peace out full annexation on Holland. We don't really get that much war score because we were doing kind of badly in the battles. But yeah, we get to full annex Holland, so that's not like awful or anything. I mean, that's still a very solid war. So we don't get to 100% or anything. And we could have kept on fighting the war for like another bunch of years and gotten a 100% war score, but I don't really feel like doing that, so I didn't. Started integrating Southern Holland. Shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, this territory should have pretty good proximity, I think. Well, it depends on how much our maritime presence got destroyed by that war. I don't think it got destroyed too badly. Oh, the coalition's going to try to reform, so I'm going to go for meritocratic leadership. Then I'm going to call on new parliament. Develop the interior, I guess I should go for. Can I... Hopefully I can get enough parliament debates. Hopefully. Don't really want to click traditional economy. Am I screwed? I may be screwed. Oh, we get burgers? Okay. We can get 100%. So, fabricate CB England, Northamptonshire, outward look. So we actually complete this. Then I should be able to threaten war on England. I have Lollard Zealots at greater than 95% strength. Bruh. Lollard Zealots. Such a nothing. Okay, yeah, I'll take this guy off of assimilating Gascony for now to revoke the rebels. No more rebels. You're not allowed to have a rebellion, unfortunately. I'm gonna start building up some artillery. It is unfortunate that we can't deck it right now, because that does mean we can't really avoid the coalition being in that war. Building up mostly artillery, because that'll be useful for the war against England. I just unlocked merchants' quarters, which are pretty nice. They're just 50% stronger trade centers, I'm pretty sure. So I can just queue up a billion merchant quarters, and they'll replace all my marketplaces, except I don't know why it's not mass building them in some places. I'm just gonna have to shift click everywhere, I guess. I think I can fight England now. I guess I should threaten war. Daventry. Alright. I think I can win this war with just levies on the British Isles. We'll see, but I think that this will be enough troops. It appears that England only has 6,000 troops, so I think that I will be able to win, yeah. We got a bunch of artillery here, so I should be able to siege their forts down pretty easily. And I think I'm going for a full annex this war, because their total war score cost is only 135%. So we should be able to full annex them. Oh, the New World just got discovered. Cool. I probably should have been focusing on getting the New World discovered, or... It doesn't really matter. Maybe I should do some colonization this game. But also maybe I shouldn't. I probably should. Just, set exploration on auto. I don't think it'll use that much money. I've got a lot of money, right? So you can't use that much of my money at this point. Yeah, should be fine. I should refill garrison and put my thing on auto refill garrison. And go for the 2 or 3 remaining forts in the British Isles. Oh, England just annexed Wales? That's quite inconvenient for my ability to annex them. Are they still under 100 war score? Probably not. Okay, well that's unfortunate. I guess I'll have to leave England alive. We'll just do a peace deal like this, turning them into Wales, I guess. Or if I occupy the forts, is it really likely that I can get this annexation? It's like 130 war score or something? Like how much are the forts costing? 7 war score saved, 5 war score saved, 2 war score saved, 3 war score saved. I don't think it's 100. I don't think it's like enough to save. So yeah, um, I'm just gonna peace out for this in this war, and then we can do another war later for the rest. We pretty much own all of England now. I just got a peasant civil war. Unfortunate, but it's not that big. It should just surrender after a year. Okay, the rebellion is over. I'm now making 1.5 thousand. That's pretty nice. I'm gonna slot in the bank ledger system government reform. It's really good, giving minus 0.1% monthly inflation, which is pretty huge. That much monthly inflation will let us mint a ton more. You can go like to this. I'll be able to go up a little bit higher once the government reform fully goes into effect, because yeah, it's gonna take a while for it to actually give me the full effect. But once it's in, yeah, that's a lot of extra money we're getting in minting revenue, like another 100 ducats or whatever in minting income. Unlock construction centers, which aren't that important in this game. Should I build them up? I guess they consume resources, right? So I should probably build them up. They'll just, give us some more demand, and it'd be nice to be able to build things up a little bit faster. You get +1 construction capacity. Not super important, though. I've got a ton of money. I think I'm gonna start buying, or making a billion cities. However, we do have buying food as a cost, which is gonna go a little bit insane for doing this, but, it's worth it. I should not do any food RGOs, but yeah, I'm gonna try to turn a billion places into cities, I guess. Yeah, yeah, everywhere shall become a city now. That'll be very nice for hopefully increasing how much we can get our tax base up to. House of Parliament building unlocked. That'll be nice. House of Parliament. Okay. I need to not sort by under building limit so I can actually build it in Paris. That'll give us extra 20% to our crown power, which is always nice to have more crown power. It's very nice that this ruler has lived for a pretty long time with her 100, 185 stats. Such good stats. Yeah, I ended up spending like 30,000 or something like that on building up a ton of cities and towns. You can see I urbanized quite a bit. I ended up replacing some wheat and stuff with towns. It's fine. Surely we won't go bankrupt from buying food. Also, annexation on Two Sicilies is coming along. Another like 8 years or something till we finish that off. I should spend more irrigations. These give a lot of local food production. Yeah, I'm gonna build up a billion irrigation because that'll give something for our peasants to do. Get us more local food production so that we stop spending any money on buying food. Looks like it's not that much money we're spending, but it'd be nice to be spending like nothing. Oh, my ruler died. This is probably going to be my last ruler before we swap on to becoming an elective succession, which will be very nice, I think. We'll see. I mean, the ruler it currently says it's going to elect is insane. 99, 97. Oh, well, they just died apparently, and now it says it'll only elect in 80, 62, 98. Although I tested it, and you get multiple options, so I imagine. Yeah, we've got this guy, 99, 97, 42, still in our country, so we should be pretty good. Yeah, like we've got plenty of pretty high stat characters in our country. Do you have any high stat crown characters though? 'Cause I think it might be specifically him the crown? Not really. I should try to marry everyone in the crown if possible. Marry a noble. Marry a noble. Can you believe it? You're going to marry a noble, and you're going to marry a noble. Actually, I know this might be unbelievable, but yeah, you're all gonna have to marry nobles. Bohemia stole my spot as the diplomatic hegemon. How dare they? I got a bad reputation event. My ruler isn't like 100 in Diplo. Unfortunate. We got the plus 50% trade range tech. I wonder if that'll make our trade income a lot better, because I remember, yeah, we're getting less than 1 trade profit per trade capacity. I wonder if all that extra trade range will help make our trades a little bit more profitable. Because, yeah, they were really not very profitable before. Like, I think in my Spain game, I was getting like 2 trade profit per trade capacity. Yeah, we can see Morocco's getting that right now. I'm surprised Morocco has more than Spain. I guess they just deleted their market and now they're outcompeting Spain in the Seville market. Interesting. I guess we can take a look now. How's our trade? Why is it showing me random goods? Yeah, looks like our trade profit didn't really change that much from that, unfortunately. Uh, the annexation of the Kingdom of the Two Sicilies is about to finish. 1st of August, 1491, it finally finishes. Yep, there we are. Annexing the Two Sicilies. That's a lot of cores. This is actually all insta-cored. Interesting that it cores instead of just integrating, because I don't have these cultures accepted. For like vassals, I'm pretty sure this would just be integrated, but apparently personal unions you get cores on. For now we have control on this, but most of the control is going to go away, and it's going to go down to like 15, I'm pretty sure, as proximity declines. Yeah, all this stuff has 0 proximity, at least until we like conquer our way all the way around. Even still, actually, we're probably going to have 0 control there, unless we start stacking a lot of proximity modifiers, but I think too many of our proximity modifiers are just over land for it to be enough to get proximity over here. I'm not really sure. We'll see. Maybe eventually we can get proximity here. But our tax base should jump up a lot from this, I think. We'll see. And this will mean I can finally start integrating some more guys up here. And I can change my succession law, which I'll do in just a second. But I just want to start annexing more guys up here. Oh, they're disloyal? Oh wow, a lot of my guys are disloyal. They think they're way stronger than me. Why in the world do they think they're so much stronger than me? Oh, there's a war going on between me and Northumberland, so they have their levies raised, I guess. Okay, that's probably why, I assume. I'm gonna start improving relations with a bunch of my subjects so I can get annexations going. All of France will be centralized. Yeah, you can see our tax base jumps up a bunch from annexing 2 Sicilies. All this stuff is like basically useless territory though. It's gonna go back down in control over time. We do get some subjects over here though, which is pretty nice. I'm gonna change succession law to elective succession. This will give me some good rulers that we can choose between whenever our ruler dies. Yeah, 99, 97, 42. You know, I think I just need to quickly kill my ruler. I don't actually know if we can consistently kill the ruler, but I'm sure going to try. Sort by crown, king. Okay, yeah, vote, just like go there, you know, I'm sure everything will be fine, you know, just, yeah, I'm sure this ruler will have a great time there. Pretty soon the ship is gonna die, and we'll see if that kills our ruler. Okay, well it did die, but it appears that that has not killed our ruler. Unfortunately, the plan didn't work out. I think sometimes that can kill your heir or something, but we weren't able to kill our ruler that way apparently. Or maybe it's like a chance. Anyway, once our ruler dies, we'll have some good options, but I'm not gonna try to force it more times. I'm gonna start annexing Artois and start improving relations with Flanders because I want to annex them. I annexed Artois. Very nice little bit of expansion. How am my relation to Flanders doing? We're at 183, so pretty close to being able to annex them. They have a pretty big tax base. Yeah, almost 400 tax base in Flanders. Economy is at a new all-time high in tax base, which makes sense because we just annexed Artois. This land actually should have pretty good control. I mean, it's going to go down a little bit from what it's at right now, but it's pretty close to our capital, so we should be able to keep pretty good control there. Although this pathway is ridiculous right now. Surely we can get a better path than that. We need to go straight to Saint Omer, and that should make things a little bit better. Because this pathway is very strange, where it goes from Corbie to Arras to here. That doesn't really make any sense. I'm gonna start annexing Flanders. Apparently that's gonna take like 5 years. That's not too long. Nice little -5 proximity cost through port. That'll make the weaker natural harbors a little bit less bad. I'm gonna get a CB on Lorraine because they own Calais, which is against the rules. Calais is obviously French territory, so yeah, you better give that to me. And yeah, they don't want to give that to me, so unfortunately their country is going to have to be blasted away. Yeah, and the HRE, Bohemia and whatever, you're going to all die too because you joined the war. Why would you do this? Could have just given me Calais, you know, that would have been fine, but no. You forced me to take your country over. Very unfortunate, guys. You gotta learn to just give up all your territory sometimes, Lorraine. I got the Rights of the Burghers law. I'm gonna pick up, let's see, plus 10 max tax on the burgers would be pretty nice. That would correspond to like another 175 ducats, but I think I would rather have 5 production efficiency, I mean. I think that's better. I mean, yeah, 5 production efficiency is pretty big. Be nice if I had more capital economy. Yeah, I'm kind of low amount of capital economy, to be honest. I could change my cabinet member to be helping me go a little bit further into capital economy, actually. Um, hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna pick up the production efficiency, and then I'm actually gonna tell my cabinet member that's currently doing land to go do capital economy for a little bit. We can push it a little bit further. I can make him head of cabinet, so we get 0.66 towards capital economy. That's a little bit better. I got this fort. That's nice. I think I'm gonna be piecing out for a not full annex on Lorraine. Yeah, I'm just gonna take like a little bit. Is this directly owned by Bohemia? Bohemia directly owns so much stuff. I wonder how much war score it is for all this stuff. It's quite a bit. Yeah, I'll just piece out for this bit of Lorraine. Alright, that's a nice little bit of expansion. Franche-Comté might be a good next war. Anyways, I can unraise my levies. And, yeah, our economy should be doing pretty good. We're about to be annexing Flanders, which will help out our economy even more. I'm not doing quite as good as I would have hoped. I wanna get more economy, you know? Sitting at only 1.5 thousand positive balance. What is this scam? No, that's actually not that bad. 1.7k positive balance. Nice. Flanders is about to get annexed in just a couple more months. I'm going to start annexation of 2 more subjects before Flanders finishes annexation. Otherwise, we won't be able to start annexation on these guys because we'll lose like 40 relations or whatever. I'm gonna accept Low Franconian, because that'll give me a lot of cores. I do go very slightly over the accepted culture limit, but it's fine. Yeah, it'll be nice to get cores on all this stuff up here. It's pretty much all Low Franconian. I guess there's a little bit of Walloon. And cores now, right? Yep, there we go. Lots of cores. So now all this places will pretty much have like 15 more control, which is very nice. The maritime presence bugs are very strange. I don't know what causes this. Somehow we've lost all of our maritime present. Or I don't know if this is a bug. Technically, it could not be a bug, and I'm just misunderstanding something. Wait, what? Why are these guys a subject of their territory of England? How did this happen? I don't know. That must be why I lost the maritime presence here. Very strange. I'm gonna use Parliament to change my minting law from unlimited export, because this one gives minus 33% income from minting. I don't think that's worth plus 5% gold and silver output. I do need to decide if I want plus 33% income from minting or plus 1% trade efficiency. I think export ban is better. Yeah, plus 33% income from minting is going to be kind of huge. We're going to get a lot of money from minting. Since that minting change, my income's gone up quite a lot. Almost at a 3,000 positive balance now. I guess also my maritime presence got restored in this node, which is nice. Oh, this thing has a lot of ships in it. I'm gonna split off like 30 to be in here, and then this 200 stack, I'm gonna put this on like just patrol seas to get up maritime presence wherever we need it. That'll be nice, because yeah, this is a huge stack. I'm starting to annex Burgundy and Bourbon, which are 2 of our largest subjects. The only one larger than them, I think, is Catalonia, which is larger than Burgundy, although still smaller than Bourbon. Bourbon sitting at 370 tax base, Catalonia is 324. Valencia is also pretty nice. I think these ones in northern Spain will be good annexation targets once we're done with annexing stuff in France. Probably better than Provence, because we can't really get proximity to Provence very easily. All this proximity down here is just from bailiffs, which are not very good. Whereas to Bourbon, we actually have a pretty solid proximity. You know, going all the way through Bourbon, we still have like 30% on the other side. Oh, the Lutheran Reformation has begun. We get a bunch of our pops becoming Lutheran. Well, not really that many, but I want to turn Lutheran. Why is it not in my options? Um, Lutheran. Apparently, there's 0 Lutherans in my country. Why did I get that pop up if there's 0 Lutherans in my country? Maybe it actually wasn't if in my country. Did I? I kind of thought that was in my country because I've never seen the pop up before. Maybe I'm just wrong. Oh yeah, that happened in Erfurt. I just kind of assumed it was in my country because I'd never seen that event before. But all the stuff was happening to Erfurt. Oops. Yeah, well, once it spreads to me, I think I want to go with Lutheran because, more proximity cost will be nice. Right now, we don't have too good a proximity throughout, like, southern France and stuff. We can get a lot more. With every proximity modifier, they become more and more valuable. Unfortunately, France doesn't really have a whole lot of unique proximity modifiers. Really, the only one is, I think, the Louis legal code, which you need to get to 1674, which is, pretty late. Yeah, I think I'm gonna fabricate a CB on Portugal, because this way I can... Oh wait, actually Castile is out of the coalition, so maybe I don't want to do that then. Maybe I should just fight this coalition by declaring on England? Because I would like to annex England. Well, but I could also just declare on Castile. Seems kind of good too. Yeah, I'm gonna deck Castile for... Or no, I'm gonna deck Portugal as the war leader. And then we'll get Castile in as well. But I'll threaten war on Portugal. Hostile actions, threaten war. Porto. This land, I think we can actually get good proximity on at this point. Spread some maritime presence. We can get, like, pretty decent proximity along the Portuguese coastline, I think. Wait, the Portuguese capital isn't Lisboa? Where is it? Oh, it's, why is it Serpa? Huh, I've never seen the Portuguese capital leave Lisboa before. But we can raise 184,000 levies, so this war should be pretty free. I should just cancel my levies in the British Isles, because they're not really going to have much of a point. Oh, I can finally see the New World a little bit. I guess I'll colonize Hispaniola. Yeah, sure. It doesn't matter too much. Start a little bit of a colony. Might as well. So we can start, like, trading or something over here. Yeah, just colonize a little bit. Not too much, but do a little bit of colonization. Monastery joins the Reformation. Okay. Italian stalemate. Yeah, that usually happens. The Italian War is pretty rare for someone to actually become a victor. We have a 147,000 stack here. I should probably split this up into like 4 stacks, or else it's going to be pretty inefficient. Something like this. Yeah, okay, the stacks aren't quite equal size, but that's not a huge problem. Just assign a general to each of these stacks, and then put them all on focus siege. I think this should be pretty good. Yeah. These guys only have a little bit more troops. I should grab this army actually and send it to this battle. This battle needs more help. Actually, they ended up winning the battle without me, or right before I arrived. Well, Lutheranism has spawned, or has spread just a tiny bit through my nation, so I think I'm gonna, go Lutheranism. Because, yeah, I really want to get the, minus 5% proximity cost. Also, Lutheranism has some other nice stuff. Catholic is just kind of a terrible religion, to be honest. Oh yeah, Lutheranism also gets plus 5% tax efficiency. Yeah, it's a really strong religion. I'm gonna start trying to build up a bigger professional army. Um, I guess I'll do it in Britain. Yeah, build up a bunch of artillery and then men-at-arms. Main thing I just want to do here is become military hegemon for the minus 10% war score cost. But it might also be useful for wars against England or something. Oh, there goes Burgundy. Nice little expansion. Oh, what's happening over here? Why am I getting occupied? Bohemia's in this war? I kind of forgot that Bohemia was going to be in this war. I should probably try to send an army over to deal with Bohemia. I mean, they're not, like, doing that much. Where is Bohemia's war enthusiasm at right now? Looks like it's still pretty high, yeah. Oh, we get the wars of religion in France. Oh, that's so much minus stab. Dang. Wow. Should I invest in stability? No. Yeah, I'll invest in stability for a little bit. French Wars of Religion gives a lot of monthly war exhaustion, so we really want to finish this war with Portugal quickly. Well, I need to get out of this war before war exhaustion starts killing me, so I'm going to peace out Castile for this peace deal. Then I'm going to try to peace out Portugal for this peace deal, and that'll also peace out Bohemia. Oh, they rejected my peace offer? I guess without Castile in the war, there's no longer quite as much war score. Okay, that's unfortunate. I'll have to go back here to get exiled, and I'll have to kill some more Bohemian stacks. Unfortunate that our occupation and blockades war score is probably much lower now. We're almost at +1 again. We're at 0 war acceptance. Okay, we need a diplomat to return, and then we can send the peace deal again. Now I'm at +4. They keep killing their armies. Good to see. Just need my diplomat to arrive back. 31st, okay. I actually have a little bit more war score now, so I can take like this. Yeah, I think that's kind of good. Yeah, I'll take this peace deal and a tiny bit of money. I should be able to get proximity there with just a little bit of maritime presence spreading. Let's grab my like a 200 fleet. Oh, I've got a French peasant civil war. It's up here though, so I can just disband all levies and then start trying to kill this with my 26k pro army. I'm gonna go same religious group for my air religion policy, because this will give me a little bit of tolerance of heretical beliefs, which is good because most of our pops are heretics right now. Oh, I don't need to assimilate Gascony anymore. We got that province fully cored up. Very nice. You can see the culture map mode. Lots of Francians down there now. You know, I got so lucky that my ruler is kind-hearted, because that's giving me enough minus war exhaustion that once I'm out of the civil war, my war exhaustion will actually start decreasing. Yeah, the peasants surrendered. Now I'm slowly gonna go back down in war exhaustion. Very slowly. But it's better than slowly going up, which is what I would have if I didn't have kind-hearted. Oh yeah, I was supposed to give away these territories because I don't really need this. Yeah, I'll give this stuff to Huesca, I think. Zaragoza. Then, do I want to give this to Navarra? I feel like I'm going to be annexing Navarra kind of soon. Yeah, I actually have proximity in this, so maybe I shouldn't give these away, because I think I'll probably annex Navarra kind of soon. Oh, I annexed Bourbon. Nice. Country's looking pretty good. Still having to get more stability back up, though. Like, we're not making as much from taxes as we could be right now because of having very low stability. We have fairly low number of apanages, so we're not getting quite as much stability and stability decay anymore. Yeah, it's only giving us 0.4 extra stability decay now, which is a lot less than it used to be giving me. Now I've got up to 100 maritime presence. You can see we got pretty good proximity over here in Portugal. We got 30% in Lisbon, 30% in Setúbal, 28% there, 32% in Porto. So yeah, it's pretty nice. What's Bordeaux up to? Bordeaux is up to 48% proximity. I'm gonna give the peasants this privilege. I want to give the peasants kind of any privilege I can that won't just destroy my country, because the peasant max tax is so high that just any money that we can, or any satisfaction we get to the peasants is effectively just more money that we can tax. But we don't want to get decentralization. Fewer levies might be worth it. Kind of tough to tell. Yeah, I think I take fewer levies. Minus 20% peasant levies is unfortunate, but plus 5% satisfaction is so nice. We have a kind of huge rebellion that's coming up here. Yeah, very big. 8 million pops are supporting this rebellion. So, yeah, that's not very good. I'm gonna try bribing like every single estate, and the hope is that, or not the burgers, because they're so satisfied like usual. But the hope is that this will make a lot of my pops leave the rebellion, because they should be a lot more satisfied with me. Yeah, we'll see what that does. Might make it go a little bit slower, or at least not quite control this much of my country. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't control, like, everything, but this is a big rebellion. Okay. I mean, that's very slightly reduced the amount of pops in the rebellion, but not by enough. How much would it cost to bribe the peasants to like 100% satisfaction? I'd have to spend like 60,000 to try to bribe them into like 100% satisfaction. Maybe I should do that. I don't know. I don't want this war to just be lost, so I think I'm gonna bribe the peasants to basically 100 satisfaction to try to make this rebellion a little bit easier. I mean, I think we can probably win this rebellion, but it would be tough. So just getting the peasants to like 100 satisfaction should help. Also, I should probably delete all my forts. Yeah, that'll make this war a lot easier. Okay, that didn't really help things that much in terms of which states are joining. But yeah, I'm gonna delete all my forts, basically. Okay, I deleted a bunch of forts. We're about to start the rebellion now. Yep, there it goes. We've lost cores. Okay, hopefully we get back the cores when we occupy it. I don't know, that's so strange. I'm gonna raise levies. We'll see what their control is like. Looks like they don't have much control. So we should be able to out-levy them, I think. I'm just gonna select all my units, carpet siege everything. Since they have very few forts, I think that this should work to just destroy them. We'll see. It looks like I am regaining cores as I reconquer things, because I just got a bunch of we have gained cores things. I haven't remembered seeing that pop up of losing cores in previous rebellions, though, so I'm not really sure what was up with that. Yeah, I didn't quite get to delete all the forts. I didn't look at each individual fort. I was just kind of looking over the country to see which forts I could easily find, so I missed a lot. But we do seem to be doing pretty good. We're already back to 16 million pops, meaning that they are down to 7 million, so they will be able to surrender pretty much immediately. I don't know if they actually will, but they'll have over the double pop that you need to surrender. Or under half, however you want to word that. You need to have double, or your opponent used to have half. It was the same thing, but whatever. They're not willing to surrender yet. I better not have to reconquer Naples to get them to surrender. That would be unfortunate, because I didn't actually delete forts in Naples. Yeah, that would be very unfortunate if we had to take back Naples, but I think we'll be fine. Surely if I just assault this fort, it'll surrender or something. Let's give them a bit longer, and surely we get a surrender. 18.7 million versus 4 million? Like, surely you surrender. I'm gonna stop spending money on stability for now. My tax base is so down. I guess control has to slowly go back up in some places, or yeah, that must be why. They're reclaiming territory. This is not nice. Detach siege. And then I need to go kill this army. Yeah, it's not looking too good. I mean, it's looking like we're gonna win, but I wish they would have surrendered by now, because yeah, this war is costing me a lot of war exhaustion, which is very bad. Oh right, there's a parliament debate for minus war exhaustion. I should definitely use that. Okay, well I guess I have to try to siege down Naples, because I've basically got everything else at this point. Yeah, that's kind of insane that I had to go this far to, yeah, win this war. I thought I was military hegemon. I am. I'm trying to remember how I violate sovereignty. Oh, there's violate sovereignty. Okay, violate sovereignty. I need more diplomats to continue violating sovereignty. I don't think you should require a diplomat to violate sovereignty. That doesn't quite make any sense. I siege down Ypres, so if they just needed me to not have anything on the continent, then that should be enough. It's always unfortunate when you violate sovereignty and then they just revoke your military access anyway. What? Florence also revoked it? Yeah. I'm gonna assault Naples. I know we have levies, so assaulting is not very strong, but well, that killed so many of my guys. I think we barely win this assault. Do I want to keep doing this? Yes, we have to commit at this point. Okay. Yeah, we don't lose that many more guys actually. Now we got all of Naples. That's nice. I assume that they'll surrender. I think they gotta be really close to the like a pop count where they're gonna surrender, right? Oh, the Civil War! They finally surrendered. Nice. It only took a couple of trillion years. Very nice. Yeah, situation's looking a little bit better now that we're done with that Civil War. Tax base is still much below what it was before, though. Oh yeah, with the levies unraised, we're back up to our peak. Over 3,000 of income is pretty nice. Get the French-Ottoman alliance event. This would be great if the Ottomans were a real country, but yeah, they're not very strong, so I don't think it's really worth allying them, especially because we'll suffer condemnation from Christian neighbors by allying the Beylik of the Ottomans. So I will click we will never ally the Ottomans. My ruler is 70 years old. He's a 199.93 now. That's some quite insane stats. I don't know why his stats keep going up. I feel like I haven't experienced this before where the characters keep just going up so much in stats. But yeah, we're getting close to getting another Catholic Zealot rebellion. I do have a guy on trying to suppress the rebellion, but it's just not enough. If I'd done it earlier, then we would have been able to do this for a lot longer, but I only realized there was going to be another Catholic Zealots right after I crushed the other rebellion. So it's kind of coming back pretty quickly, because it was already at like 90% or something. Yeah, it's going to be a pretty huge rebellion yet again, taking just over half of our pops, and yeah, 2/3 of our locations. So far, our country is 22.5% Lutheran, so that's yeah, not quite that much. Slowly, it's gonna go up, but it's gonna take forever. That month tick, we didn't even get a single 0.01%. Really? Dang. Okay, yeah, here's the next rebellion. Luckily, I actually deleted a lot more forts this time, I think, so the rebellion shouldn't be able to survive for nearly as long. Does still take all of Naples and Sicily this time, though, so that is unfortunate. Yeah, the carpet sieging stage of this war should be a lot faster. I'm gonna try to use the convert province cabinet action to get like Paris area to be more. Or, yeah, I should probably just spam this in some areas to. Will this really help? I don't know, but I'm gonna try to at least make like the stuff to get to the coast Protestant. Might help a little bit. It's probably not worth doing. I don't know. Maybe we'd better just wait. In the next age, we will get institution, though we can get +10 base conversion speed, which will help out a ton, because right now the base conversion speed is like 2. Yeah, the base conversion speed is 2. Convert province is giving +100, so I guess that's 50 times as effective, so I guess that actually is like doubling our total conversion, I think, in our whole country to be using this in just 2 provinces. Oh yeah, I should put someone on yeah, actually, instead of doing Rone, I'm going to put you on Rebel Crackdown on the new Catholic Zealots, so we can get them to stop going up quite as fast, so we can have like a 10-year peace period, and then the French Wars of Religion will hopefully be over, and then we'll be fine. Okay, the revolt surrendered finally. I had to occupy like half of Naples. They did still own a little bit over here though, because of these forts in like Dijon, and there's one to the west of Dijon as well. Should delete these forts so that they aren't a big problem in future wars. Yeah, well, that was not ideal that we had to fight another civil war, but it should be a while till we have to fight another one. And our ruler has got some really good stats now. Yeah, now it's only progressing by like 0.28, so it should take a long time to actually become a full civil war again. But it's gonna have another, yeah, 10 million pop civil war again. Oh, my ruler just died. We're now temporarily ruled by a regency, but that should get fixed in just like a month tick, I think, is when we'll get our election. And then we'll be able to pick up another pretty good ruler. Just looking at the proximity map mode when that happened. Oh, we have no insane admin rulers. Okay, well, we can fix this real quick. We have actually only one more day to do this. Sort by admin. Look for someone with good other stats. I mean, I should sort by skill, or is there no overall skill sort? No, there isn't. Okay, well, I want to look for someone that has like decent stats and the other stuff if possible. Looks like kind of none. Oh wait, no, this one's good. Yeah, okay. In noble, and then hopefully hopefully that person will become a candidate. I think. We shall see. We'll see what our candidates end up being. Okay. 74, 84, 98, 75, 96, 96, 91, 89, 87. Okay, that's pretty good. Well, I don't really want to enact this law because it does seem pretty bad. Gives -1 tolerance of heretical beliefs, but the alternative is even worse. The Edict of Error Tolerance. That doesn't quite seem right, but anyway. Oh yeah, minus monthly religious influence is awful because that means we won't get our proximity cost. We also have, minus estate satisfaction equilibrium, minus pop conversion speed, but we do get tolerance of heretics, but it's just not worth it. I gotta take the Edict of Fontainebleau or whatever. Can I actually just change that law? Where is that? You'd think that'd be in religious laws, but it's just not there. I should go for the promote institution cabinet action because we are actually going to be getting to the next era soon, which will be very nice. There's a lot of good stuff for us to get there. We got a unique like +5 tax efficiency there. Dang, no support the war effort option. War exhaustion is really high right now. We're getting some pretty bad penalties from that, especially the minus trade efficiency is yeah, not good for our ability to make money with trade. We have negative trade efficiency. Well, we enter the age of reformation. I will take the diplomatic focus because that gives us access to another 10% tax efficiency. We can really get a lot of tax efficiency, which is pretty nice. It's like down here though. We also get 10% trade capacity potentially, which is kind of nice. Although trade actually isn't that profitable because it increases economic base a lot more than it should. We're only getting 500 trade income, but we get a lot of economic base from that. Which it turns out is like based on the volume of trade and not actually how much profit you have. Even when you take into account the amount you don't get from crown power, that's not the amount it gets increased by. It's actually just like the volume of trade that happens, regardless if it's profitable. It still increases it apparently. Which is a little bit interesting. Monthly legitimacy is kind of nice. Is there anything? These options seem very similar. I'm just gonna look at the top option. Oh, I hit 50 religious influence. I was trying to remember what I was waiting on, because I knew there was something that I was expecting to happen soon. Are we gonna get extra monthly religious influence for this bread and wine thing? But I'm just gonna quickly look through everything, but I'm pretty sure we're not gonna find anything yeah, near the -5 thing. I mean, -5 war score cost is nice, but and +5 max literacy. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff here. +5% income from minting and +10 capital economy progress. Yeah, I think what's it called? Protestant is kind of insanely good, but I'm gonna pick up this one obviously. -5% proximity cost is really nice. So right now, let's look at a province that we actually go through purely by land. So here we currently have 9% proximity to Allegre. Let's pick up this -5% proximity cost. And now we have 16. So yeah, that's a pretty nice upgrade. Now we got like 8% proximity to everything on the edges. We'll see what the visualization change looks like at the end of the month. Okay, the month is about to be over. And am I blind? I feel like I didn't see any difference. Maybe it already applied? Huh? I don't know. I feel like I might be blind. Okay, I rewatched the footage and I am indeed just blind. It did get more yellow. Apparently I can't spawn confessionalism. What am I missing to be able to spawn confessionalism? I thought I was going to be able to spawn it. Dominant religion of Paris is Lutheranism. Paris is a city. Do I actually not have a printer shop there? Huh? No, I have a level 39 printer shop. Why am I not able to spawn... Huh. Maybe it wants 25 humanist? I don't feel like it required 25 humanist, but maybe I guess it requires 25 humanist. I mean, it must. Can we check the societal values of people somehow? Check what these guys have? I don't think we can, right? Yeah, I don't think we can see their societal values. We can. They are spiritualists, so no, that's definitely not the problem. Because they have Dublin, and Dublin is a spawn location, so clearly something else is the problem. Okay, maybe I actually am on the list, because I did the math, and these percentages, they do not add up to anywhere near 100%. They add up to like 40%. So, way less than 40%. I like way rounded up these numbers, and I got like 40%. So, I imagine that confessionalism will be able to spawn in me, but maybe that's just copium. We'll see, I guess. Oh, that's not good. Apparently, if you don't get to 70% religious influence, then you get the disaster has concluded unresolved, and it may occur again in 10 years. Wow. Okay, confessionalism finally spawned, so I guess we can check out. Okay, it's not spreading to me seemingly. Let's see if is it spreading to like Dublin. It is. So, I guess I was wrong about my theory. I don't know what is going on with the confessionalism, but I guess I should start using the cabinet action. And someone who has good admin skills. So I guess I need to hire New person for high admin skill. And then institutions, pays de France, or it's probably not pronounced that way, but we can just imagine that it is. We got a decent chance to get this institution growth up. At 24% a month for 2.6 is not too bad. Artillery finally spawned in. Took it a little bit longer, but it's finally spawned in. Now we can spread it to Paris. I guess we're importing from Barcelona. That does make sense. That we'd be importing from there. And we also have a good chance with our promote institution thing. That'll give us it a lot faster than the normal spread would. That would give us it in 1566. But with this chance thing, we should be getting this like, what, 2 a month on average? Because I'm pretty sure this doesn't count for the modifiers. So it'll be 50 months, so like 4 years till we get artillery in our capital. I think it might actually be optimal to shut down my trading right now because, I get so much stability loss from, right? I need stability for the institutions, and paying for stability costs more than I'm getting in trade income, and my tax or my economic base is very high right now. So I wonder if not using trading would be a good thing. I think it actually might be. I'm gonna try reducing my automated trade capacity a bunch here. And so we'll see how that affects our stability, or we'll see how that affects our budget. It looks like it was roughly net neutral, so I'll just put it back. Yeah, didn't really help out too much. But yeah, this is an interesting thing with how economic base gets affected by trade. It like makes trade income very unvaluable. I'm gonna research some Frankenshot era Miltex, just because I actually want to have a bit of an army because my subjects are very disloyal from countries. Think of vassal countries versus overlord. Apparently, they're getting minus 70 loyalty from that. So I'm going to pick up halberders and then create a real army. Okay, we got a global trade to over 20% of our locations. I can now embrace it. Oh yeah, I forgot I had researched that Miltech. I should probably start using it. But anyway, let's start doing some global trade tech stuff. Tools workshop, that's going to be nice. Plus 66% iron output. Is there anything else that's really important here? Nothing that's like easily reachable. Probably by that point we'll get confessionalism and move on to doing text there. Now I can embrace confessionalism and artillery. I think I'll embrace both at the same time. Then I'll finish this off with tool workshops. Or should I even go for tooling workshop right now? Probably not. We don't really need a bigger economy this instant. Go straight down for the Supreme Court. Along the way we'll get the plus 10 pop conversion speed, which we want, of course. A lot of good stuff to go for. After that, I should probably go for like a artillery text. There's a lot of good stuff over here. Probably want to go for pikemen. They're a very good unit, I think, or good enough unit to use. And we can go for this like plus 5 tax efficiency, or no, really, we should go for the plus 10 tax efficiency that's over here. Yeah, and then go for, or no. Before we do that, we want to go for this tax efficiency, then this tax efficiency, then this tax efficiency. There's a lot of tax efficiency modifiers, gotta route them in the right order. Just got confessionalism, which will mean that I can get a lot more conversion speed. Yeah, now conversion speed is 6 times higher, pretty much, which is gonna mean that hopefully our country will start to look a lot more Lutheran instead of Catholic, because we do need 70% religious unity if we want to stop the French wars of religion from coming back. Oh, they are possible to come back now. Yep. That is a bit of a problem. We have less than 50% religious unity is what we need to make this not happen again. We need to have over 50% religious unity. Okay, that's not as hard as the 70% we need to finish the disaster, but that is still pretty hard. Oh. Yeah, we can't do the Edict of Nantes as a Lutheran, which is a bit of a problem. So we're basically guaranteed to get this. 2% chance each month, but we have probably another 20 years before we get close to 50% Lutheran. I think I'm going to justify a CB on, what's their name? Bohemia, because I cannot be letting them own this province over here in the Calais area. That's kind of unacceptable. Threaten war. Yeah, I'm fighting, not the Bohemians, not Burgundians. Yeah, bring over these 2 armies to this area. I think this shouldn't be too hard of a war. Yeah, we've got a lot more army than them. I don't think I even need to raise levies necessarily. Vassals are very disloyal. Oh, Scotland is in this war. I did not realize. that Scotland was going to be in this war. I was preparing for a war with Scotland as well, but I didn't realize they were actually going to be in this war. So I guess I should try to get that army. Yeah, this shouldn't be too bad. Are they destroying my navy? They got a bunch of heavy ships. I should probably build up some heavy ships. Yeah, I don't build up enough heavy ships in general. That's something that I should try to improve on probably. My quantity of heavy ships I usually build up. I've got pretty good conversion in like Pi de France, so now I should probably swap using the convert province to somewhere else. Maybe I should try to convert here, although the problem is that this has fairly low control. So maybe I should go somewhere that has good control. Let's sort by like high population, and then look for some place that would have good control. Rhone, I guess I should do. Try to convert Rhone and stuff. Slowly get our country up to 50% Lutheran. Wow, what, conscripts mobilized? The vassals really think they're stronger than me. Minus 135? That is, quite insane. Yeah, 135 disloyalty is so much disloyalty. I don't know why. I don't think I have that many vassals. I mean, I guess I did see I had like 31. And this plus is not actually a plus. It's just how many vassals you have. But 31 is a lot. But like these vassals are all so small. Oh, my ruler died. I guess we're gonna get another election. Okay, 100, 88, 100. That looks really good. 99, 80, 100. That's okay. The top option is best. Very good ruler. 100, 88, 100. Well, this war with Bohemia is not going too well. I kind of want to peace out for a lower war score peace deal, but honestly, it's probably not worth doing that. I should probably just go for at least a bit more than this. At least taking the stuff that Bohemia owns here, and maybe this vassal as well. Plus one possible government reforms. That'll be pretty nice. What do I actually want to go? 25% pop conversion speed would be kind of nice. Plus 5 max literacy, probably better. 20% trade capacity is kind of nice. Let's see, is there anything that looks really good? Not really anything that looks amazing. So I'm kind of not sure what to go. 25% pop conversion speed I think might be best. Just trying to get up to 30 or 50% Lutheran. This will help convert Lutherans, especially in our low control locations, because you can get like minus 100% from having low control. So this would like double the control there probably, depending on what buildings are there that give plus conversion speed. The war is now going a little bit better. I'm glad I didn't end up piecing out. How's this battle gonna go here? I think we might win that. It's kind of close. They have low morale, but we have way less troops. We shall see. Okay, we do end up being victorious. I'm minus 23 to the acceptance on this peace deal right now. Well, hopefully if we occupy Edinburgh, we can get them to accept it. I guess I don't need to take this. I just want to take Wales. Nice Supreme Court research. I should definitely go for that building. Nice plus 5% or minus 5% proximity cost. Proximity cost, very important. I can now peace out with Scotland for basically 100% war score. Very nice. Okay. Now I think I'll be able to do the same with Bohemia. Or no, I'm actually in a battle right now. Okay, we beat Bohemia in the battle. Now I can basically peace out Bohemia for 100 war score. I need one more acceptance to take this peace deal. Or wait, actually, instead of taking stuff here, I wanted to take this stuff in Wales that they had. Okay, and then I guess I can take a little bit over here, like just that, or... Yeah, I'll take everything but the fort there. And I guess that'll be my peace deal for now with Bohemia. Nice. Nice little bit of expansion we got there. Now I guess I need to deal with this rebellion. Yeah, I should definitely deal with this rebellion. I imagine we're gonna get our civil war soon. How's the Civil War doing in terms of... oh yeah, it's at 100, so that's gonna happen really soon. Okay. Okay, well that peace deal has made me a bit of a pariah in Europe. Nobody likes me anymore. A little bit unfortunate. Should try to improve relations with like Poland and stuff so they can leave the coalition. I guess I'll become an empire. It'll give me another cabinet slot and culture capacity. It does make war score cost more expensive though, so it's a bit of a trade-off, but I think it's probably worth doing. Yeah, minus or plus 10% war score cost and like everyone is not ideal, but I think I take it. I'll use this extra cabinet seat to use diplomatic corps, which will give us a lot more monthly diplomats. And get the wars of religion thing again. -50 stability. -50. That's a lot of stability. Hmm. We're almost at 30% Lutheran though. That's nice. Okay, I'm gonna peace out this secession. Savoy was involved in it, so I had to wait a little bit longer. We should immediately get a Catholic civil war, I'm pretty sure. Which, yeah, it's not ideal, but it's fine. We can deal with a little bit of a Catholic civil war. Our budget really isn't very good. We're spending so much on stab right now. Oh, army also is costing me a ton. Yeah, I got a pretty big army. Oh, the Catholic zealots are actually going down in monthly change. I guess they got small enough. Wait, what? There's like basically no one supporting them anymore. I wonder if the French War of Religion thing made every pop have to leave and then rejoin the movement, and the pops are not quite unsatisfied enough to rejoin. I think that might be what happened or something. That's my best guess. I have support for land focus in Parliament. Nice. Always good to check for that, because we get more progress towards land, we get less proximity cost, which is always nice. We're actually getting a lot of proximity over here in the east. We have like 50% proximity all the way over here. I should be doing more expansion in the east. I guess I'll follow through on what I just said I should do. Yeah, let's annex Franche-Comté. This should call in no, I didn't mean to violate sovereignty. Oh, I can't because the Catholic zealots are too high. They're gonna go down pretty soon. Yeah, I didn't mean to violate sovereignty. Oops. Oh, right. Actually, I probably shouldn't be declaring this war because of French wars of religion, war exile. It'll be fine. Surely we'll just get the parliament debate, right? I already justified the CB. It's too late to go back at this point. We just happen to have an army right on a papal stack. Wow. Here's my other armies are like up here and stuff. I guess we go for that fort from Bohemia. And yeah, we want to siege down Franche-Comté as fast as we can. I'm back over 50 religious influence. I just got an event that gave me 10 more. So now I can choose another thing. What looks good? +5 or +1 tolerance of heretics looks kind of good. -5 war score cost, -10 antagonism received, +10 progress towards belligerent seems kind of really good. +5 tax efficiency also seems really good though. I think I take this -5 war score cost modifier. That'll be kind of nice. I lost a battle. Dang. I'm currently -13 acceptance or whatever away from getting an annexation on Franche-Comté. A little bit far. We have full occupied their country. Okay, conquering Franche-Comté, so I can finally end that war. I have so much war exhaustion. Wow, wow, that's a lot of war exhaustion. Hopefully, I can roll back the war effort in the next parliament. I'm upgrading all of my what's it called, armories into barracks because they'll produce a lot more manpower, and that'll be very nice. I'm lacking gold to work the Supreme Court. I need more gold imports. I have manual trade capacity that I'm using on this. Why would the game not be running gold imports? That seems weird. Or, I mean, it's running some, but it should be running more, I would think. We're running such a big deficit of gold. Let's see what happens on the month tick, because I spent like 60 trade capacity on this. I don't know how much gold that will actually give me. Wow, that gets so little. Okay, we're gonna turn way down automation. And then I'm just gonna spam gold from whichever market it says it'll be most profitable. Looks like pest is most profitable. Okay. Well, I will import all the gold I can then. Dang, I'm still only at 53. Unfortunate. Dang, no support the war effort here. That's unfortunate to not get support the war effort. I guess I'll just do promote integration process. Oh, support for capital economy is nice to get here. Is it possible I could get to 100% here and request additional taxes? For most of the, or for like the peasants, it's not going to matter, but it would mean like double tax the bourgeoisie. I should probably not have given them control over monetary policy. Yeah, it's probably not worth, that privilege probably isn't worth it, right? -10% max tax for -0.05 inflation. How much is 0.05 inflation? Yeah, that's definitely not worth it. So I should probably try to remove that privilege once I have more stability. The burgers want me to change policy, so I can't really do that. I guess I can do this privilege. Yeah, that privilege will, or that offer will be fine. Address local markets complaints. Okay, I can do that. Yeah, okay, we can't really get to 100%. I can do this I can do this one. No, we're not getting this, are we? No, no, we're not. We're not getting to 100. I just rolled a +5 parliament support event. Okay, request additional taxes. I guess I need to do mercantilism support to get over 50. The religious people are insanely mad. It's giving huge minus monthly research. I wonder if it's worth bribing the religious to get more research speed. I'm gonna try bribing them. See how fast their stuff drops again. Okay, minus 3.5 a month is quite a lot, but for a little bit we'll get a little bit more research speed, which is nice. I got the mill tech I just realized, so I should delete pretty much my entire army. Well, theoretically I shouldn't delete the artillery, but that's kind of hard to figure out which ones are artillery, right? So we'll just delete our army. And then, do we even need to make a new army right now? I should probably make a little bit of an army. Yeah, I should at least try to become like economic or military hegemon. So I'll just make a small little force, also to keep like a land progress. Yeah, just make a few battalions. This actually isn't that small. I can get another 10 religious influence from this event, bringing me back over 50, so I can select another government or another religious reform. Do I want to take the +10 max literacy or +5 tax efficiency? I think those are probably the two good options. Translated Bibles does seem pretty good for this +10 max literacy. I think that's what I'll pick up. +10 max literacy is a pretty nice modifier. Literacy is going to trend towards max pretty quickly because we've got libraries and universities in pretty much like all of our places. We look here, you can see, yeah, we're getting 0.24 a month, so that's like 2.5 a year. And so it'll only take like 4 years to get to that new literacy. Religious influence? What can I actually spend it on if I already have all three religious aspects? I guess I can spend it on like, granting ruler a divorce or something? That's really not that useful. I guess I need to do it because otherwise we get some penalties. I think I should swap my liturgical language to French. Currently I'm getting 0.09 from Power of Liturgical Language. If I swap to French, let's see what we get. Yeah, now I'm getting all 0.2, which is the maximum you can get. So that's good. No back the war effort again? Oh no, my war exhaustion is getting so high. We're actually losing pops. No, we're not losing 100,000. That's because of something else, probably with like the war or whatever. But we are losing pops, and our pop growth is negative right now because of war exhaustion, which is, yeah, really bad. I just got an event that gave me -2 war exhaustion. This is the greatest event of all time. I'm only one peace acceptance away from being able to peace out of this war. Oh yes, we can finally peace out. Yes. I can spend some money to reduce my war exhaustion. Yes. Very nice. No more negative pop growth, hopefully. And that puts me over 10,000 tax base because we're getting so much negative production efficiency and trade efficiency from this. Yeah, if we could get rid of our war exhaustion, it would be very nice. 7 more years till the disaster ends for the second time. Hopefully the last time. Currently at 38% Protestant. Oh, nice. We can get 2.5 extra development in Paris. Not a whole lot, but I mean, that's pretty nice. The French wars of religion are finally over again, except only for 10 more years, and Lutheranism is only at 41%, so, yeah, I don't know that it's gonna hit 50% in time. It's probably unlikely. Probably I should have this guy also converting. I think I just need to try to convert more provinces to Lutheran. Yeah. Um, just convert random places. Because, I mean, it makes it a lot faster. Yeah, it's like 10x faster. Even though we got the tech, it's still a huge increase. Yeah, 10x, pretty much. Annexed La Montaña, because my other subjects are all, like, vassals, so I can't annex them because they're all so disloyal. I don't know. I have no idea why they're so disloyal. I think this is a bug. Uh, yeah, I don't know. This is an interesting path the game has decided is the most optimal way to get over to, like, Bordeaux and stuff now. Goes through this port, then go a couple of provinces through land, and then go back into the sea. I would think it would be much easier if you could go through like Venice. Um, wonder if the problem is that I don't have as good of like roads there. No, I do. How is it better to go to Nantes? Maybe you don't have a good natural harbor there or good harbor capacity. Yeah, I guess Vannes doesn't have a good natural harbor. Hmm. I actually don't need my cabinet member to encourage land anymore, so I'm gonna get this guy to help me convert. In fact, I need a lot of people to help me convert because I really don't want to have the French Wars of Religion happen again. So, yeah, I'm gonna actually put like kind of everyone on conversion, I think. I think I just kind of can't accept to go any longer without converting. We need to hit 50% Lutheran. I forgot to re-increase minting. I had a plus 2.5 inflation event at some point, and I just forgot to re-increase minting after that event. 6.3 thousand positive balance is pretty cool. I'm gonna start preparing a giant army to fight the coalition. Yeah, we're gonna need a pretty big army, but I think that we should be able to beat the coalition fairly easily. Or if we build up a big enough army, we'll be able to beat it at least. Yeah, I'm just gonna build up a ton of troops. We have a 300,000 manpower, so I can probably build up another 200,000 troops. And then, yeah, from there we should be able to beat the coalition. Should, in theory. Okay, my army is now ready, so I'm gonna merge it all up temporarily. Obviously, that'll create insane attrition, but I'll obviously split it back up after it merges. I just want to have all the stacks be equal. Okay, I got 300,000 troops, which is, yeah, pretty strong. Split in half. Okay, first splitting. Now we split again, obviously, because, yeah, these stacks are still way too big. Then we split again. Even these stacks are pretty huge, these 40k stacks. Maybe we should split again? Have 16 stacks? Like, how much over combat width are they? 71 and we only need 33? Oh, okay, yeah, we should split again. That'll be good. Okay. Yeah. This is gonna take a second to split all these armies. Yeah, why can I not split this one? They're locked in movement. Okay, you didn't actually complete the movement yet. Okay, let's grab a debate. And fabricate CB, Dauphine. Go for, like, this province. Then threaten war. They decline, of course. Apparently I instantly have 3% war score, I guess from blockades or whatever. And now, set my 16 armies. I should auto-replace generals. Yeah, I'm not adding 16 generals. Then, focus siege, everything. Maybe I shouldn't do literally everything. Apparently you can shift-click to actually select areas, which is pretty nice. Yeah, I'll select the stuff that is going to be pretty useful for this, which is probably pretty much that. Portugal will be kind of nice, but I think my vassals will be good enough to deal with that. Maybe I should do something like that. Yeah, that seems fine. This war is very chaotic because I have 16 armies to manage. I think it's going well, though. Yeah, I'm pretty confident we're winning this war very easily. It's just a little bit chaotic. Yeah, it's sad. This is so sad. We get it. The wars of religion are back. I'm gonna raise all the levies I can in the British Isles. Can I just do this? Yeah, I can. And then, hopefully I'll be able to beat Scotland with that, because I do want to separate piece them for their stuff in Lancashire so I can occupy all of England. I'm gonna full annex Metz. Very nice. A little bit of expansion over here. Now we actually control, like, the northeastern border of modern-day France, because I believe this country is our subject. Yeah, this bar is our subject, although they're all disloyal. I think this has got to be a bug. I think I'm going to try to go for all territory in the Rhineland region for the end of the run. So I'm going to take all of this stuff from Cologne and then leave them with that, because that's in a different region, I believe. That's not the... I meant area. Yeah, that's in the Westphalia area. So I'm just going to take that from Cologne and then piece them out. Very nice. Yeah, I'm going to try to take all of that area. I guess I can annex like some random OPMs. Or actually, this is Bohemia. I can't peace out with Bohemia quite yet. You? Can I peace out with you? Are you a subject of someone? You are. Who are you a subject of? Prince Bishopric of Osnabrück. Interesting. Yeah, Osnabrück doesn't seem to have any territory there themselves, so I can just piece them out for the annexation of their subject. Very nice. Gruyere, you're getting annexed as well. Nice. Effiel, are you a subject of Bohemia? Yeah, you are. Mainz? You're not a subject, right? I should try to occupy Mainz some more. There goes Mainz. No more territory in that region. The AE I have now, after doing all these peace deals, it's growing quite a lot. I'm gonna pay Bavaria some money to leave the war. Only 12,000 ducats, which really isn't that much for us. Um, and yeah, that'll help us out a bunch, because I just want to focus on getting Bohemia out. Bohemia is so strong. Look how many forts I'm gonna have to go through to get Bohemia to surrender. They're almost willing to accept a white peace, and I occupy 15% war score against them. Their war enthusiasm is just so high. Well, I can peace out with Württemberg. Yeah, we'll take money from Württemberg. Yeah. Peace out with Palatinate for this, because this is basically part of the Rhineland. It's not actually part of the Rhineland area, but this is part of the Rhineland in Victoria 3, so that basically means it's part of the Rhineland, right? Um, yeah, we gotta kill off all these stacks. They're trying to siege my forts. Well, actually, they're sieging their own forts, but I control them. They're my forts, clearly. Bohemia is getting quite sieged down right now. Yeah, very, very sieged. Just kind of assaulting all of the Bohemian forts. Oh, that assault might not go very well. Actually, it succeeded. Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, they're currently minus 35 to accepting, although the peace deal is 110 war score. I'm gonna get Divine Right to Conquer, which might bring it down to 100. We'll see. We lost our ruler. We gotta pick a new one. Okay, we only get a 93 in admin. How disgraceful. Only 93, not even 100. Okay, I got my minus 5 war score cost. No, wait, it's still 111. It's 107, dang. Okay, well, I guess I have to not take that. This is minus 25 war score, or minus 25 acceptance right now? Okay. Still got a little bit to go then. I guess since I can't take everything in this war anyway, I'll just take this stuff for now, and we'll just peace out with Bohemia. Because, yeah, that war, we might just have to accept these borders. We'll see what we end up doing. And then I can peace out with Burgundy for a full annexation, and I guess I can take this stuff. Wait, what? Why do they own this? It doesn't make any sense how they own that, but I'll take it back. And then I could take some stuff from Portugal. No, let's not do that. Let's just peace out for this. Take max money. Okay, pretty nice. Pretty nice bit of expansion we got there. Before, like, everyone on Earth joins the coalition again, I'm gonna declare war on the coalition again. Oh, I forgot to take stuff from Scotland. Oops. Well, whatever. Okay, Savoy, Gressa. Then we can threaten war. And yeah, now we're with a new coalition. Wait, what? Bohemia isn't in this war. Is Bohemia no longer the HRE Emperor? Oh, Bohemia isn't the HRE Emperor. Well, I guess it's fine not to fight Bohemia. We just don't get to unify the Rhineland just quite. Barely not unifying the Rhineland. The Holy Roman Empire is losing so much imperial authority from locations owned by non-HRE members. I'll give Spain a humiliation and a bit of money to get them to leave the war. Because, yeah, Spain is like the main reason why I can't peace out, I think, right? Yeah, they are. So now I can peace out. Except actually I want to take this Avignon. Avignon is kind of tough to take. I guess we can just take it like in the main war. We just need to get more war score. Quite a bit. I can white piece Florence. That'll probably be a good amount of war score increase. Oh, wow, that's not actually helping out that much. I need to piece Austria, I guess. I have so much money. I can just give out like money, right? Yeah, it's only 40. No, they don't actually accept max money. Wow. Hmm. I think I might have been cutting their country in two because they're willing to accept this peace deal now. I was just looking at the regions map mode to make sure I didn't conquer anything in like southern Germany or Italy. And yeah, they're actually willing to accept peace now. So I'll do that. Very nice. We get Avignon and we get all their stuff there. French borders are starting to come into place. I got the most insane ruler trait ever, Lawgiver. Interesting. Unfortunately, the war exhaustion is just so bad. I don't know. I don't know how to fix this. It just seems kind of like we can't do anything. It's pretty insane. Yeah, Lawgiver is really nice though. That means we get proximity like all the way down here. Wow. No, still no back the war effort. I have 16 war exhaustion. This is so insane. I'm finally 50% Lutheran, so I guess I can stop having a billion cabinet members dedicated to conversion. It's yeah, very, very unfortunate. I think this disaster is maybe a little bit too punishing. But yeah, probably what is optimal is to like trigger the French Wars of Religion before flipping Protestant, or maybe you have to flip Catholic after you get the wars and then go back to Protestant after you win. Because I don't know if you can trigger it as a Catholic, because it requires like under 50 religious unity, which I wouldn't think you'd hit. Um, I guess I can go develop the interior. It's insane that I'm not getting back the war effort. Like, I have 19 war exhaustion. Come on, game, just give me some back the war effort. Well, my ruler died and got replaced by this 198.57. Pretty unfortunate. Yeah, this war exhaustion is so bad. We've got only 4 more years left of the Wars of Religion, though, and then we can finally start draining our war exhaustion. Oh, and we get declared on by a coalition. Well, yeah, we can't. I don't know if we can win this coalition war. I think that we probably can't, to be honest. Um, so yeah, that's not ideal. I'll try raising levies and then piecing out the coalition. We'll see what we can do. Um, yeah, the coalition is still 99 war enthusiasm, so we're gonna have to give up a good amount of stuff, except not really, because some war goals are kind of unbalanced. Um, yeah, I'll just give them some money and humiliation, because, yeah, we cannot fight a coalition war right now. This war... Oh, we get revanchism for that? Okay. We love to get some revanchism. Finally lowering our war exhaustion. I got so close to just like giving up on this run because of how insanely bad the French Wars of Religion were. But I think I'm gonna power through this. We have a 700,000 ducats in the bank, so I can afford to go up on stability temporarily. We got a huge stability loss from our ruler dying because it was like a event that killed him. By the way, I have absolutely no idea what revanchism is. I looked in the code and I can't figure out what it is. Like, it's not in modifiers. The code mentions a revanchism decay, but there's no other mentions of it in like the entire system. So I have no idea what revanchism is. Oh no, not this again. No. No. You're kidding me. I'm actually gonna hit like 23 war exhaustion and then get force peace out of this. Or I think maybe just before that we'll finish the French Wars of Religion. This is insane. Finally, the French Wars of Religion are over for the final time. I think what you have to do to avoid that is like go 90 humanist, because there was a decision I found in there like 30 years in that you compromise with them, but I didn't realize that until like 30 years into it, because I looked at the code and I saw that the like things were specific to Catholics, so I thought it wasn't going to be something I could deal with, but apparently, or at least I think it is something you can deal with, because the button looked clickable. Yeah, okay. Oh, we can annex these guys. Um, oh, French clergy. Where is the French clergy? There they are. Very small revolt. So like 2 provinces, 2 locations. Okay. Yeah, our war exhaustion's finally gonna start decreasing. Okay, the rebels are finally defeated. Now I'm losing war exhaustion, 0.13 a month. So it's gonna take me like 150 months to get rid of my war exhaustion. Well, this is quite the border gory civil war. Well, I'll set all my armies to carpet siege the civil war. We're currently down to 15 war exhaustion. I guess I should like raise levies over here in the Naples region to carpet siege their stuff there. I probably should have deleted more forts in the Rhineland area, because yeah, they've got a couple of forts over there. Should be mostly fine though. Need to like merge these armies together, or else they're gonna get killed by theirs. Yeah, they're still gonna get killed by theirs trying to merge up. Yeah. Hopefully we can merge them up successfully. Oh, we get coalitioned again. Okay, we need to give the coalition humiliation again. I love having infinite, um, yep, I love having infinite money that I can give to the coalition. Go away, coalition. Yes, back the war effort, Parliament. This is amazing. It's taken me so many parliaments to get it back, the war effort. Okay, the Catholic Civil War surrendered. I offered a white peace, but I like pressed the offer terms thing, and apparently that gives me revanchism, even though it's a white peace. I don't understand revanchism. As war exhaustion starts to come back down, our tax base is going way, way up. Over 15,000 tax base now. I just justified a CB on Freiburg, so I can now declare cleanse heresy. Except I actually can't because I have zealots over 95. Bruh, Calvinist zealots. Why you do this to me, Calvinists? Um, dang. Okay, I have to wait like 5 months for the Calvinists to start a civil war. I don't think it's faster to try to suppress them. Yeah, I don't think it would be faster. Oh no, not the Calvinist zealots that got a single location. Anyways, now it's time to declare Cleanse Heresy War. This will also get us at war with Bavaria, which we need to take Baden, assuming that Bohemia doesn't take it. So this war, and then the war against Bohemia, I think will be a friend of wars. So, yeah, we are at war with these guys too. So once this siege completes and I piece them out, I'm just gonna put everything on Focus Siege, and I don't expect this war to be that hard. Yeah. Okay, Bohemia just pieced out with Bavaria, so we can now occupy Baden, yeah. How about AI thinks it has a military advantage? Hmm. That's unfortunate that the AI thinks it's actually stronger than me. Maybe I should raise some levies. Yeah, I'll raise my levies and try and use them, because yeah, the AI thinks it's stronger than me, and that's unacceptable. It's like with levies raised, they now think we're about even. Which, yeah, quite surprising how strong they think they are. I'll just set all of these armies to merge up, and then I'll probably split them up into like 2 or 3 pieces, and then tell them to hunt armies, or like 2 or 4. Why are you not able to siege that? Are you exiled or something? No way I lose that battle, right? Why was it showing red for a second? Why is the game lagging so much? Yeah, I win that battle easily. Okay. I can now separate piece mains. I think that this stuff is not stuff we want to take, because, yeah, it's in Hesse. What I will take from them, though, is their stuff up here in the Netherlands, because, yeah, that'll help out with borders a little bit. Take that, or should I take these as well? No, let's not. Let's just do this. Yeah, this seems good. We can call Parliament. I will, call Parliament to try to fabricate CB on Palatinate, because I do want to threaten War Bohemia for this. Wait, what? I have 100 and... Oh, yeah, this is my levies. Split, then split you, and then set these 4 armies to hunt armies, and hopefully they can stop my armies from getting obliterated. I am just 5-speeding through this war, but I guess I could reduce the speed, but it's not really necessary. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just slowly piecing out people. You can see quite a lot of people have been pieced out. I think all these brown people are people that I pieced out, or all the brown, like color countries. I think we're gonna beat Scotland, or piece out Scotland soon. I do need to go kill their armies, though. They're willing to accept peace, but they're not willing to accept this peace. Oh, it's 94 war score because the war goal is so bad. I'm actually just going to peace out Scotland for taking their province in Wales and then 1 province there. Yeah, because Scotland's a little bit annoying. We currently have a little bit of occupations of our country, which is giving us quite a bit of negative war score. But we do have over 10% war score from battles, so we're getting war score from battles, which is nice. How's piecing Bavaria going? Apparently we only have 2.8% war score on Bavaria for occupying these 2 forts. Dang. Okay, I can piece out Bavaria for my 1 province. Finally. Nice. Take a little bit of money from them as well. Now I can piece out Austria for their 1 province. And what? I guess they declined my peace offer? Okay. Okay, now I can send my peace offer again. This time they actually accept. Now I can go ahead and threaten war on the Palatinate, and this will be the final war. I guess I'll threaten war for Strasbourg. Doesn't really matter though. Um, select all armies. Focus siege, everything. All right. Wait, what? How does Bohemia own Narbonne? I actually have no idea. That's so confusing. Oh, right. My subjects are so disloyal that I guess they were just able to piece them out for that, because I think if your subjects are disloyal, they can separate peace. I was about to peace out with France, but no, Bohemia, they took too long. Oh, well, that did not take very long. We now have enough acceptance. Unless, is there something I'm missing? Oh, no, I need that. Okay. Oh, but we have it. Okay, and that's just part of Basel, which we don't need that. Okay. So I do believe that's everything I need for natural borders of France, which is sort of my goal for this run. Very nice. Well, I've just quickly swapped on to subjects use overlord color and name. You can now see our great country making an income of 7,000. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this run went. I mean, except for that French war of religion thing, I think they need to balance that. Also, this succession law is really good as long as you don't like need to PU. This succession law is insanely strong. You just constantly get good rulers. Yeah, I definitely think you should probably go the succession law like any game you're not trying to PU. So yeah, before we end off, I guess I can show off some graphs. This is what the tax base looks like. I guess we can also show off religion. This is, you can see most of our country has flipped Lutheran at this point. We are 59.95% Lutheran. Culture, you can see Francian is spreading throughout a lot of our country. Like southern England is now Francian. Normandy, a lot of this stuff has flipped Francian. Of course, Gascony, we culture converted manually. So it's Francian. Tech, we've got 62 out of 110 advances in the Age of Reformation. And we have 7 cabinet seats. Most of them are spent on integrating. This is what integration looks like. Control, proximity. I can show tax base as well. So yeah, I think that's pretty much everything I want to show. So that's the end of the video, and goodbye.